And now for some cowbell. Hey, how's it going? I feel like I'm shorter today. I don't know. I can't see over the camera lens to look at the screen. I don't know. Anyways, I woke up, was it 2 mornings ago? And I swear someone broke in here and moved everything in my apartment like 4 inches in a random direction. I don't know. I keep bumping into stuff and like, I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, how we all doing? Welcome to Thursday, and we are going to look at the quantum micro SD cards again. I went and fetched the Edge 3 Stretto last night, and we tried this on a live stream a while back to see if we could, what am I trying to say? Words. See if we could decode what's on it and make changes. I'm more concerned now about seeing if we can copy the card or clone it and put it onto another card and see if that'll work. And also doing some tests to see if the chair will boot without it. A friend of mine wound up getting his joystick damaged on his Quantum with QLogic 3, and he's getting an SD card error, but it's still booting up. And I was like, I'd be really careful about taking that apart and messing with it because the chair might stop working. So I realized I had a bunch of questions that I could fairly easily answer with a chair that I really hate. This Edge 3 Stretto, man, I don't know if it's because I'm not sitting in it and there's no weight on it, but it gets stuck on things this tall. I'm thinking it needs to have weight in it or something, but anyway, so we're gonna play around with that, try a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I think that's the plan. That this will go off in a bunch of different directions, I'm sure. Yeah, anyways, who we got here? Looks like White Raven, Mike C, Reed Chef. We've got Ken, Stormtrooper is here. Who else we got? Frank back for more, and I think there's a few others. Skip, did I say Skip? You may have noticed again, I didn't publish a video between streams this week. I've been having issues with the breathing stuff again, and I should have queued up the phone call. Actually, I think I can still play part of it, but I had a phone call with the doctor's office or someone that worked there, trying to get him to look at my machine. Because the water tank on it is not big enough to last more than like 6 hours, and I wake up extremely dried out. And should I touch this HDMI cable? I'm going to risk it. Okay. I wake up all dried out and start coughing and all this stuff, so I don't know. Usually about every year and a half, something like that, things change and I have to adjust settings on my machine, so I'm in the process of working through that and trying to get stuff figured out and don't really have a lot of energy, so anyways. I went on one of our group hikes on Monday. I filmed a few clips with that. By the way, Meme Printer is active. It may tell you something about being low on ink, but you can just ignore that. But yeah, I didn't quite get enough clips of that to make a coherent video, so anyways. There's your excuse for the week. I changed a few settings on the camera. I think it should be able to track my face to about here now. But if I turn my head sideways, I don't know, we'll see. Trying to get the focusing on this camera set properly. Oh, by the way, as we were ending the stream last week, Amazon showed up with my little extendo antennas for the LoRaWAN nodes. So I got those now. Look pretty cool. I'm going to see. So one of my friend's houses is at a perfect spot of elevation to cover a large area. And also, well, I don't want to spend any money on it, but I've got a big solar panel or a small solar panel over here. I think I can get a node installed on this building on a pole. So that might be kind of cool. But anyways, playing around with stuff. I've been keeping myself busy. This only makes sense to a few people, but I managed to install Proxmox on a Raspberry Pi. And it actually works. I got that little Nest Pi 4 mini Nintendo case out of the bus. That's what I was using as the Home Assistant controller in there. And what I would like to do is use that as a mobile router and run some containers and other things like that. And I want to run DDWRT, but also run other services on this thing. So anyways, I got that to work. And then been playing around with Nextcloud and Joplin and a bunch of other self-hosting stuff just to keep myself occupied. Because when I try and do stuff and I run out of energy, I get very annoyed very quickly. So sitting in front of the computer and doing stuff, yeah, that's a thing. Looks like the meme printer has come alive. Let's see, what are you guys saying here? Oh, got a 10-inch seat lift off of eBay. Nice. Chronically Brandon, what kind of chair do you have? Some of those can be tricky to install if it's a newer Permobile. Hamburgers, something, snacks. Just scrolling here. Oh yes, the great elevator debacle. Have they fixed that yet, White Raven? Oh, for the F3. On the newer chairs, you can't really like install the seat lifts necessarily. There's a whole bunch of parts you need that it doesn't come with, and the ICS module has to be reflashed and some other stuff. The newer Permobiles, it's not like the old ones where you can just slap a seat elevator in there necessarily. I feel like all the Quantums do that if there isn't weight on them. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably the problem. I try to move it around in the van and it gets stuck on nothing, and I'm like, come on, chair. Had the same issue when I had a loaner chair, says John. Manwich and mashed taters. Oh, nice. I forgot about that Manwich stuff. Isn't that like Sloppy Joe's, basically? Potato salad. Nice. Apple pie. There's nothing better than refrigerated apple pie. I don't know why everyone's all like, oh, warm pie is great. No. Apple pie straight out of the fridge is the way to go. And if it's made properly, you can grab it with your hand and eat it like a slice of pizza. That is how pie should be. All right, Austin got his Mac Mini up and going. Excellent. My new indoor-outdoor chair is the dumbest chair I've ever used. Is that Myra one or whatever? What is the brand on that one, Robin? I think it's a Quantum clone, if I remember correctly. Here. Elevator won't get fixed till Monday. At least that's what they say. Oh gosh. Yeah, you're gonna run out of supplies here soon. Guess you have to have people bring you stuff. Hey, Mixtress, how we doing? Or DJs now in the chat. Being stuck in an elevator, close second to be able to get out. Yes, that's the whole thing. I ordered a bunch of groceries, and then I forgot to order coffee. So I scurried down to a coffee cart and got a jug of coffee before stream. So I normally do cold brew, right? But I've discovered that iced Americanos with heavy cream are the way to go. They look at me like a crazy person because they'll be like, I'll say, yeah, I want a 32-ounce iced Americano with a lot of heavy cream. Like, okay, how much sugar? None. What flavor do you want? None. And they're like, no, I just want coffee and heavy cream. That's it. I guess people don't normally drink it this way. I don't know. We have Rail Cowgirl from Norway playing on the other computer over here today. Yeah, if you were out somewhere, that would suck, White Raven. Who would pay for that? Like, because you have to get a hotel and stuff? Like, that'd be a whole thing. Been stuck in an elevator twice and on the basement floor at university on a Friday evening. That's not the place to spend the Friday. Positive mindset, but now I'm in hospice. Reed Chef, gotcha. Did they come to you or did you go to them, or how did that work out? I know there's a few different ways of doing it. Hopefully the staff, though, is good to you and all that. Okay, so, I was gonna get coffee earlier, but then I got an Amazon delivery yesterday and I didn't open it till today. They threw everything in a giant plastic bag, and for some reason, everything got smashed. When I grabbed it off the porch, it was, like, leaking everywhere. I ordered some cans of, what is that green, chili verde sauce. Then 4 quart size, or the big half gallon? I don't know. Things of bone broth that come in cardboard cartons. And then I also ordered the great big thing of the wipes that I use to clean my chairs and everything. They threw that in a plastic bag with everything else, and for some reason, it all, like, exploded and broke and everything because of the cardboard cartons. 45 minutes on chat and phone calls with Amazon, and I finally gave up. I'm just going to be out the $12. I can't get them to refund me for some reason because I used a food card to pay for it. I don't know, whatever. I don't understand how someone can throw things in a bag like that. And it's just like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, we're just going to ship it out this way. Hang on here. No, I don't want to airdrop things. Stop offering phone. Oh yeah, here we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but they threw that, including the giant box of those wipes, in the bag with everything else. I'm just like, what are you doing? So after 45 minutes, I was like, this is not worth my time. I mainly, well, where I used to live, I was able to call the Amazon logistics that was local, and those people would actually take care of problems like that. I didn't care about the $12 necessarily. I mean, well, obviously I did, but I mostly wanted someone to be like, hey, knock that off, idiot. Anyways, let's see what's on the meme printer. Oh, I don't want to do if the elevator broke with you in it. Yeah, right. I guess that's when you get the fire department to extract you. But then I don't know how they would extract your chair. Although I guess in those cases, normally they'd go down to the bottom floor and manually lower the thing down and then have a little threshold ramp or something. I don't know. I've called the fire department before when I've gotten stuck halfway down a flight of stairs. There's a video about it. But they pulled a bunch of wood blocks and dunnage off of their truck and built a little ramp for me to get out of there. Hey, Michael, how we doing? Oh, home hospice. Okay, cool. Yeah, hopefully the people there are treating you well and everything. Car show tomorrow. Good thing it's only 3 hours long. Is it going to be hot out there, Austin? I've been staying inside because it's been really hot. Does a phone, alarm buzzer, repeating pattern. They know it isn't random. I tapped that Morse code for 20 minutes. Oh man. 0 connects given to that order. Yes. Had to wait for the power department to come unlock the elevator to get you out. Dang. Oh, it was in Canada when it happened. Okay, let's see what we got here. I don't know, my eyes are like... Oh, no, it's not that. I know I'm allergic to the ink in this stuff, but... Okay, let's see what we got here. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained today. We'll get to the, the quantum chair here in a bit. It's going to be kind of a complicated setup. I have to bring another laptop in here and connect to HDMI capture and do all this stuff. Here's Dodge Dart from Austin. Looks like our printer needs a cleaning again. 70 Dodge Dart with 235, 60 R15s. Nice tires. That's like straight out of the Brave Little Toaster. Oh, that's great. Anyone else watch that movie when they were little? I think it ruined my brain. It made me think inanimate objects were real and I couldn't throw anything away. Oh, petunias, I'm assuming? Is this what I'm seeing here? Update on the petunias? So you're stuck in your building watering your plants. That's coming along nicely. Does Gigi mess with those at all? Or are they naturally cat resistant? Oh, the Dodge Dart could be dirty. Carry an extra portable ramp. Yeah, it's good to have. Too tall? Nah. There's no such thing as too tall. If the tires fit in the wheel wells nice, I don't care how far off the ground it is. Oh. There's a... looks like... small block Chevy. It's hard to tell, but... there's what you need right there, Robin, to mod your X850. I saw a guy that actually built something like that a while back. I think it's in my meme folder somewhere. Let's see here. I think it's the wireless mic on. I think it is. Wireless microphone. All right. Need to move some stuff around, as you can see. Actually, it looks... is this camera working? Yeah, it is. It's actually looking better on camera than it normally does. I mean, there's still a bit of clutter here, but let's get some stuff moved out of the way. Oh, this was one of those old... oops, hang on. Click this so I can see. This was one of those old kits you could buy off of AliExpress to build your own battery bank that I built years ago. Way long ago. I'm not sure if you can tell what's wrong with this. I don't trust this, and also the batteries are bad. So I was using the USB load here to drain it down completely so I can safely dispose of this. Okay, so we got, I think these are 8 gig flash cards. I ordered some small ones from Amazon because I don't know how the quantum chairs work. You probably don't need a huge SD card. But we ordered some small ones of those. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Oh, this is the 2 terabyte mechanical hard drive that I was running Home Assistant on with that Raspberry Pi 4. Oh, is this... I still don't figure out how to set the clock on that. I don't know, someday. And some spudgers. All right, I've got Clonezilla here and then G-parted on this one. I don't think we'll need G-parted, but I burned it anyways. Oh, these 2 screws right here. Actually, hang on. I need to go grab the current drive out of the Raspberry Pi and put those screws back in before I lose them. Where did I put it is the question. Ah, there it is. But yeah, this thing runs Proxmox oddly well. They finally fixed the glitch they had. This case for a while when it first came out, you couldn't boot from SSDs because of some weird controller issue. But you put the hard drives inside this little cartridge, and then you slide them in there, which is kind of cool. Here, I'll show you. I just have a an SSD in here right now, but I had that hard drive in there before. But there's 2 screws that go on this, and I want to put them back in here so I don't lose them. Where'd my screwdriver? There it is. But yeah, I've got a little USB LTE modem thing, and I wanted to be able to run it and a few other services when I'm out traveling or running around doing some random stuff. I've been playing around with Scripted too, which is sort of a security camera DVR sort of software. But yeah, this case is pretty cool. You wind up losing 2 of your USB ports using it though, because the Pi 4 has 4 of them, and only 2 of them pass through to the front. You have your micro SD slot over here, then your HDMI and audio, and then it's got a separate board for Ethernet and USB-C power. And depending on the software you're running, they have a safe shutdown script you can use for this power button on the front. But it's got a fan in here and stuff. But I figured it's kind of a cool form factor. What's under here? Micro SD storage. Ah, interesting. So anyways, let me go put that back. I just wanted to put those screws in before I lose them. Looks like we got more stuff on the meme printer. See, I almost smashed into that other thing again. It's weird. It's like I woke up and suddenly everything was just moved slightly in here, including the walls. Oh, hang on a second. Gotta grab my mints. There we go. Okay, so I think we have enough space here. Need to vacuum this. Let me grab the old editing laptop, and we're going to use that to boot up Clonezilla. But I'm curious at the partitions it has on it as well. So let's see here. Yeah, so this is the one that I bought. I think I was talking about it last week, so you were missing a foot. I think the guy thought he was scamming me when he bought it, but it was me who was scamming him because I could very easily fix it. I have a obnoxiously large HDMI cable here. There, get this plugged in. Then we'll have to bring the Stretto in here, obviously, at some point. I don't know if the USB port on this side of this thing works. As I recall, it worked sometimes, but not others. But we have a hub here that we might be able to use. It'd be convenient, though, if we could boot off of that one. There's also a micro SD card reader built into this. Is the reason I wanted to use this machine. Let's get this plugged in. I need to buy a bunch more of those thin HDMI cables. Wrap this around here. Plug. Ow! Just punch the microphone with my head. Hang on. I can't see. I think this one's the input. There we go. Yeah, it's one of our capture cards from the from the gift list. Let's see here real quick if this USB port is going to work with us today or not. Try this. I don't even know if this thing has battery power. No, that USB port's not working. Let's see. Here's the trick, is I don't know if we can go through a USB hub and boot or not, but let's see here. Because we need to plug another card reader in when we're cloning stuff. Give it a minute. It does! Sweet! Alright, cool. Oops. So let's get this going. And then switch over to our capture here. Where is it? HDMI in. There we go. And I think I need to set this to its native resolution. Let's see if this will even work. I don't know if it will, actually. Hang on here. Workbench. Cleansilla Live, 800 by 600. Oh, I just realized chat. Sorry. Pizza. Hang on, the scroll wheel needs to be... There we go. That's better. The underpants gnomes. What? Let's see. It cropped the photo. I'll send it to Discord. We can still see them. That was one of the other problems with this machine. I'm gonna have to grab a different laptop. The motherboard on this is screwed up in such a way that when you try to boot anything other... Oh, that camera crapped out. Oh, come on. Why does everything got to be so dumb? Yeah, I don't think this will boot anything else. I think the NVRAM flash on it may have gotten fried. I wonder if there's enough room to... No, that won't fit in there. All right, turn this thing off. We have a plan B. Let me go grab that real quick. Actually, let me see if I can fix this camera while we're thinking about it. So it's this camera. And then deactivate, activate. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Man, why is it gotta be so dumb? That's not the right one. Try this again. No. Face cam, come on. Hang on, I'm gonna give this a couple more seconds of attempting to make it work. Unplug and replug. Windows noises. Then off, back on, no. Why is it holding on to the wrong camera? Elgato face cam. Why do things always break? Well, anyways, that doesn't necessarily matter. Let me grab the other. Let me grab Plan B real quick. I think I might need to get a different USB-C PCI card. The one I got, I think, was technically designed for Windows 7, but they kept selling it, and it was still kind of usually working, but also kind of not. Actually, to be honest, I don't think the display capture necessarily matters. Come to think of it, unless we're in an OS, it's probably not going to work, so... we might just try not worrying about that. Okay, Plan B. Workbench. Yeah, that thing's just completely missing now. Configure video. Let's do device default. Deactivate. Activate. She's dead, Jim. Virtual camera. No. I think all this stuff just makes me... It wants me to get on the floor constantly. Yeah, whatever. Let's see if we can get this to boot up. Now this one, I have no idea if we have any power in it or not. But the USB ports work on this one. It just doesn't have an HDMI output. You guys are really making me reluctant to get on an elevator anytime soon. Yeah, elevators, you know. Okay, so it shows up as Windows, but that should be the one. And yes, they are petunias. It was not as bad as being stuck on the bus that had a lift, folded out on the stairs with you on it. Refused to go up or down. Pouring rain. Bus full of angry people. Oh, man. That sucks. Motor needs to go behind the chair like a top fuel dragster. Yeah. Extra portable ramp. Walkie-talkies. Hello? Dear thing. I think the UEFI firmware might be fried on all of these because they're not chiming when I turn them on either. Hang on, there's a reset for this. I think it is. Hang on here. Apple option PR power. Let's see if this works. Oh, maybe. Come on. Hey, there we go. Option. Oh, we're going into Windows. Technology and stuff. I'll just look at chat. Question: how did you get off the off-road kit for the Amy Systems chair? They won't ship it to me. Supplier refused to even price it. Really? So it was something they told me, Jay Swanson. It was in their custom zone on their website. I didn't like. It sounded like it was something they had actually started shipping. But are you located in the United States or somewhere else? That's weird. They wouldn't even let you do it. Huh. No one sells parts around you also. Shut down. Huh, that's really weird. I wonder why they would send it to me to look at if they're not going to sell it to people. Honestly, I mean, maybe they're watching this and they'll hear this, but I haven't heard from them in like 10 months now. So I'm not sure what's going on, honestly. I took phone-filled tubes and ran the tubes to get rid of 10 pounds. Sounds like chat. He heard good things about the pizza. Oh, wait, which pizza? Town or country? Sounds like a nightmare. Pizza's great. Don't get me started on Chicago. I have 2 of those NES cases like that. Oh, so it's the retro flag Nest Pi 4. I believe it's what it's called. That case. Evergreen as well. Need to put on my manual chair. All my vehicles. Earthquake. Too much tequila. Underpants gnomes. Tell you what. I'm feeling super lo-fi today, says Mixtress. I know the feeling. Let's see. Like those people that enter a porta potty. The stars. Classy behavior. If you can't tell, this is a fairly low energy stream today. Temperatures are anything like they were around here. It's hoping have all a mode to go with it. I have pie and very healthy petunias, so you're confident. Excellent. Oh, content. Yes. Being happy is overrated. It's way too much work. I strive to be content. That's my advice to everyone. Makes me want to get a hammer when things don't work. I know. The only problem is if I get the hammer, then I still have to get on the floor to hit it anyways. So I might as well just fix it while I'm down there. With all their faults, elevators are still better than driving down the stairs or dragging it up the stairs. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yes. The GoFundMe that Mixtress set up is still going. There's a link to the chat in that. She wants to get me a new editing computer so that some of my frustrations are much less and make it easier for me to produce videos or edit videos. So if you want to donate a few dollars to that, the link's in the chat. I appreciate that. I hate asking for money normally, but yeah. Not sure if the link came through. Buddy sent me this. Yeah, links don't work in chat for whatever reason. Okay, try it again. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so that was the USB drive. I want to make sure. I love how it disappears in a little puff of smoke. I'm just going to give it a minute. Sometimes it takes a while on these to actually load. If this doesn't work... okay, I have to fix this camera. It's driving me insane. Please hold for whatever is about to happen. Main camera. Actually, here. I'll let you look at the meme printer while we're fixing this. Wait, is this one going to work? There we go. Wait. Yeah, it's working. Okay. You can look at Indiana Jones there. Okay. Here we go. Down to the floor. I think I can actually... What I'm going to do... I finally got a USB 3 hub that I think should work. So I'm going to plug this into that instead, which I think is this cable. Yes, this cable. Oh, wait. No, it's not a USB-C hub. Grr. I have to take off my hat now. C down here. Let's do. And now I need my torch, aka flashlight. Maybe I should. Oh, I do have more USB-C. Excellent. Maybe I should throw Linux on this thing and dedicate it for streaming. I hope I didn't just unplug something important. Oh, wait, no, it's not USB-C. Hang on, we're good. Let me plug this into the hub. Which cable is it? This one. Okay, let's move this over here. Plug this in. Come here, thing. Hopefully we're still streaming and I didn't hit something important. All right. Ugh. Windows noises. Okay. I think we're still streaming. Yes, we are. Back in the chair. Only problem, though, is there's no passkey support on most Linux things, and it makes it super obnoxious to sign in and everything. Okay, let's see here. So we've got Workbench. Oh, no. Are we still live? Hang on. My Stream Deck stopped working. Are you serious? Well, I'll just click this manually, I guess. Where's Workbench? There we go. Okay, now we'll click on this camera. Then choose something random. Then switch back. And no dice, really? Yeah, the Stream Deck's not working now. Hang on, I'm going to reset this whole hub. Embrace the chaos! Okay, Windows off noises. I'm just going to unhook the capture card because we don't need it, we decided. Turn it back on. Wait for it. Okay. Now, go back in here. Hey, it's working! All right, we got it. Sweet! Oh man, what a whole thing of stuff. Okay. This requires coffee. Moment of silence for coffee. Oh, I forgot the Stream Deck's not working. And I'm going to try and just closing and reopening the software. Maybe that'll do it. Nope, it's locked up. Hang on. I think I can do this without actually getting out of my chair this time. Let's see, it's... Which wire? This one? Oh, come here, wire. Where'd you go? Come on. Oh, no, I'm slipping out of my chair. Oh, hang on. Oh, boy. I think I'm kind of stuck. Hang on. I'm gonna... Okay. I guess the other thing I could do is put this thing on a shelf. That way, if something does go wrong, I don't have to do all this nonsense. But what's nonsense without a little nonsense, right? I don't even know what that means. Come here. Okay, this wire wrapped around 1,000 other wires. Okay, that's it there. Let me verify that was actually a Stream Deck. Yes, it was. Plug this back in. And it's really hot under this desk. Okay. All right, we have the fish fillet on the screen. We're good now, I think. Wait, I'm definitely going to have to put timestamps in the replay for this stream. Okay, now let me reopen the software. Stream. Not Steam Deck, Stream Deck. I don't know, I was getting confused. Come on. You can do it! Alright, now. Ta-da! Okay, everything's working again. Except for the stuff that's not working. Let's look at some memes. How about that? Off. Oh, they removed the lithium battery video from their website. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Sorry, Amy Lore. I'm not quite sure what's going on with them. Like I said, I haven't heard from them in a long time with the emails and stuff, so I don't know. No, I don't care if you had the zoomies. I love that face, though. That's great. Let's see. Scrolling. My arthritis hurts just watching that hand position keyboard shortcut. I know, right? I have to be careful or my hands go into claw mode. Interesting challenge with the drone. Yeah, pluck his chair out of the apartment with the drone. Popular Science subreddit. Furniture mover stair climber that he was thinking could adapt to wheelchairs. Oh, you're Michigan. You get stuck on flat pavement and normal driving. It sucks. Stuck for another 8 years in this chair. 8 years, really? It takes that long to get new ones? Wheelchair Ghost is still around. He is... I've talked to him a little bit. He says he's lurking in the chat sometimes, just not saying anything. So, how's it going, man, if you are here? Let's see. Still live. Okay, good. Yeah, because Amy Lure was working on the lithium battery thing, too. And it was available. Some people up in... what's that big city in Canada? Just north of Chicago and New York and all that? Whatever that big city is. They had it available up there for a little while. Does anyone use lithium batteries in their chair? I've got a Bounder with a factory one, but I haven't done any conversions myself yet. Do all wheelchair motors have the same plug? Hey, Hollis. No, they don't. Arnett and Curtis Controls, which is Quantum, and Invacare, or Dynamic Controls, are all different. Man down! Yes. Who's closest to Dan, worst case scenario? True tech struggles. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird they removed the lithium battery option. That's weird. Every time Dan gets out of his chair, I'm both a little bit jealous of that ability, but glad I can't get myself even more trapped. Yeah. Feels like a good lurking day, yes. Toronto, that was it. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, more memes. And then, hang on, what computer can we use instead of this? I've got the Tough Pad. Maybe that would work? Although it only has one USB port. Oh, and no keyboard. Turns out my doctor has no sense of humor. That's good. Let's see here. There's way too many words on this. I'll let you read and laugh at that one yourself. I don't have the processing capability under my hat today to deal with that. Oh, yes. And then from Mixtress, there's a reminder about the GoFundMe for the new editing computer. Well, you've earned your way onto the block list. I'm not screwing around with that. Hang on here. Let's see. Log. Refresh. Hang on here. Is this going to make me sign in again? There we go. Print log. And this. Copy. We will do, and we go. All right. That is now taken care of. I'm not screwing around when I say, if I can't show it on stream, don't send it. Coffee. Oh, yes. I need to make some more bacon. I haven't done that recently. So we have coffee cannot solve all your problems. That's what bacon's for. I think I've got some bacon Band-Aids around here somewhere. All right, and the rest are just email addresses. Ooh, we have... Oh, that's from a TikTok or something. I don't know the reference directly, but anyways, something about that. Let's see. Oh, I do have a Windows computer, I think. Let me see if I can find that real quick. How long have we been bumbling around trying to do basic booting off of a flash drive now? The weird thing is, I've used both of those computers to do that before, although that was before they were broken. So that probably has something to do with it. Ugh. Question is, will this thing be charged? Oh. We can thank corporate surplus and I can't talk. Corporate surplus that donates all their old stuff. Got me this thing. So, let's see if it has battery power. I don't even know. Let's see if we can make this work. I think it's F11 or F12 or delete or escape or all the keys. 10, something. There we go. Other options. This thing has secure boot enabled. Is this really going to be what happens today? I can't freaking boot off of a USB stick with any of the computers I have here. Hang on, I'm scrolling through things in my head. Let's go... Oh, boot mode settings. Maybe we can go... there we go. I don't think this will nuke anything. You've chosen to disable this. We'll disable computer configurations. As long as it doesn't nuke the TPM. Okay. Here we go. Is it going to break everything? I'm pretty sure it's F11. Hey! We have a thing. All right. We figured it out. Will it actually boot now? It should. I should probably plug this into power, though, because I almost never charge this thing. This has a smart card reader on it. Okay. Oh, man. Electricity. Wait. Did I just not let it... Whatever. It's working. Oh, this doesn't have a micro SD card reader. Oh, it does. Oh, it has a micro SD card reader. Never mind. We're good. Let's see. Work with... directly from a disk partition to a disk partition. So we want device to device. Okay, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. We should probably get the Stretto in here and actually get the SD card out. Disk to local disk. Yes. Oh, yeah. So this thing, you have to have it plugged in first. I'm used to Gparted, the way it works, and you can refresh stuff later. Okay, let me look at chat for a minute, because I haven't done that in a minute. Hey, Melissa, how we doing? Romaine lettuce, FTW. Yes. Rich people who didn't care about audio bought Bose. If they cared about fashion, they bought B&O. If they had taste, they bought Macintosh. Yes. Anyone with SMA, are you taking any meds? Feel any better? Says Max Ergo. Been running lithium for almost 6 months in my V6, and it's awesome. Nice. Good to hear, Michael. I wear hearing aids, but quite a bit of enjoyment out of my Bose. Oh yeah, I guess that's the thing. I didn't think about that with hearing aids. You're kind of limited to the fidelity of those. Huh. Trying to build a battery, says Hollis. Free range hipster. Yes, Steve, that's it. Free range hipster. Music, okay. All right, Kent, sounds like you're good to go for another year or so. Let's see here. My blood type is Folgers Dark Roast. Nice, Jim. Was a Christmas present for people who didn't know audio. To be fair, didn't know audio either. I thought it sounded great. Pressed all the things. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember on this computer. There was one I was messing with recently, and I switched to legacy mode, and it nuked the TPM. And it happened to be on a machine that I needed the secure enclave intact. But anyways. Oh, puppy pinchers 8. Excellent. Let's see. Update on the puppies. That's not puppies. That's great, though. Jump scare. Yeah, no, that was a jump scare. I was not expecting the beep to be that loud. Normally, I don't get jump scared like that. Oh, it's got the little chicken there and everything. Willow's looking so much like a full-size dog now. Crackers, hot apple pie, vanilla ice cream, Seattle's best medium roast. Hang on, people are texting me. Let's see. You Quantum, I know. Chili Verde, yes. That's one thing Sony needs to figure out is their names for their products. They're all just random numbers and letters and stuff. My van hoses tend to leak from being old. Gotta replace those hoses and belts. Darth Vader's walker. Yeah, that's great. Adaptive hippie. Oh, wait. Hang on. I think there might have been another puppy picture in there that I glossed past. Oh, no. Just the Darth Vader's rollator or walker. Okay. Here comes Quantum. Shield your eyes. Oh, it's still turned on. Look at that. Let's see if we can even get into this room here without getting stuck on itself. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Oh, so I need to put this somewhere because I'm going to take the joystick apart. So we need to put it somewhere that it's not going to be in my way, which is kind of tricky. Hang on here. Let's switch to this, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Sure. So we want to get the SD card out of here, which means we have to remove the joystick. Hang on here. Let's do this. There we go. Look at all my stuff. So in this case, we have to get the joystick mount. The back cover, the SD card's underneath here, but we have to take this off to get down in there, which looks like it might be Phillips screws, which in our case should be pretty handy. Let me grab a grabber stick. Oh, I found a grabber stick in the field the other day. It's funny because it's one that I actually wanted to try. And it was just laying in the grassy knoll. One of these. Oh wait, that's a flat blade. There we go. It burns! Driving 2 chairs at once is just showing off. Are different Group 3 power chairs more popular in certain areas? Around here, everyone has permobiles, but Quantum seem to be prevalent in other places. Yeah, so around the Portland area, I found it's mostly permobile, but there is definitely a thing where I think other parts of the country, Quantum seems to be everywhere. I think it depends on the DME and what kind of like deals they have with whoever supplies chairs. Am I gonna have to hang on? I might have to. Do they make a speed tip Phillips that you can unscrew from an angle? I mean, that's kind of working. Yeah. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to have my head in the way of the camera, and then we're going to take the SD card out and see if the chair will power up without it. That is one of the tests I want to see, because my friend bought a quantum joystick from eBay, and I'm not sure if we can just, because, well, they require programming, but then the micro SD card has the chair configuration on it. But apparently, unless the joystick's brand new, putting in a new SD card won't always copy the settings over, and it might just make it not work at all. So I want to just try a few things here and see if it'll even boot up without it, and then if we can clone it and make a copy of it and stick it back in. That way people can have, you know, a backup or whatever. I'm trying to remember, I think these, I wonder if they pull it from the bottom or the top, or both. But seeing as how this is not my daily chair, I don't mind if it gets bricked. I mean, it'd be nice if it didn't, because, well, I don't know. It might be handy to figure out how to unbrick these hoopties as well. Hang on, I need stuff I can't reach. Come here, thingy stick. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so these little customizable fascia covers just come off. Then, oh, it's an 8 gig. Look at that. Here's our little card of doom. All right, so before we do this, I think you can see, I think you might be able to see the screen. We're just going to turn it on. We haven't done anything yet. So it's booting up. Now the chair can drive. I'll turn this off. Then we're going to rip this little thing out of here. And let's see if it'll turn back on now. Try and get the light reflected so we can see here. Okay, it beeps. SD card access failed, error number 207. But it boots up. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm wondering on my friend's chair then, because his joystick was broken and this whole part came off. So I think it might have ripped his SD card in half, or maybe it's not even there anymore. But looks like it will still boot up and move without it. So that's good. Let me try it a few more times just to see if it gets cranky. Beep, beep. 207. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see if our seat stuff still works. Okay, so we have tilt. Try our seat lift. Apparently down is up on this one. Okay, so that still works. Then leg rests. Okay, so all our power functions still function. All right, cool. So let me get this thing out of the way. And then, I forget, does Gparted let you clone partitions between drives? I don't think it does. Anyways, let me get this sort of out of the way here. Okay, I think that should be roughly out of the way. We'll dangle this thing here. Switch back to workbench. Moment of silence for coffee. Did something freeze? Oh, I didn't have chat open here. Hot glue time. Wonder if the speed settings are... Okay, so from my understanding, the way the micro SD cards work on these is the chair configuration is stored on them. So in the world of quantum, what that means is the seating functions that it has, the type of chair it is, like the model, which motors it has, which will be the motor, like motor ohm compensation settings. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, anyways. Yeah, we need an adapter. Sorry, my brain's being weird. But yeah, it's basically the hardware configuration of the chair and all the functions that it has. In theory, if you change something on the chair, you get a new micro SD card burned that's linked to the chair somehow, I think. You put that in there and it can reconfigure. Like say you have a chair that only has power legs, but you want to add all other three power functions. Supposedly you install those, you put in an SD card, and then it just makes it work, supposedly. It's somewhat unclear as to how it all functions, but I just realized we need to put this into an adapter that has a write protect switch on it before we connect this to anything. So we happen to have, I got scammed. Well, not really. I didn't expect them to be SanDisk cards. It doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of funny that they look the same and they're not. My new scissors. These are my new favorite scissors ever, especially for opening SD cards. They're so sharp. Oh, okay, there goes that. There's another version of these that are slightly larger, but the outside of both edges of the scissors are knives. Those are a little like, you gotta be careful with them, but these are pretty cool. Made by Fiskars. Oh, the brand's not on there. Anyways, kind of cool, like 13 bucks. Okay, so here's our micro SD. Please have a write protect switch. Okay, it does. So oh, that doesn't. Sometimes those are kind of loose, but anyway, so we'll put that on. Stick this in here, and then we're gonna put our blank one in here. I've never tried this slot. I'm assuming it works. Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, we should probably, well, we'll just go in here. I don't know what these are named just yet, but we'll figure it out. This one in, then plug this in over here. And don't know if Clonezilla will allow us to redetect or whatever. Local disk to local disk, program terminated. Oh, we have to start the process again. Start over. So device to device. Sorry, I'm trying to, I keep forgetting about chat. My brain is in one single thread mode today. Hang on, clicking buttons. There we go. Okay, gparted can be used to clone partitions. Oh, it can. I like, I'm just going to look at this real quick. I like gparted a lot better, just because the only reason I use Clonezilla usually is if I want to clone an image over a network. It's really good for that, which is kind of a weird thing to want to do. Local disk to local disk. Okay, we have 3 disks. And the nice thing with gparted too is you get kind of a visual interface. So you can kind of see what's going on in there. So we have unknown, okay, SDB, mass storage. Yeah. So let's go ahead, if nothing else, no. I was thinking about booting up in gparted just to look at the partitions so I could see them on screen. So I think we're going to do that and then see what's going on in there. And yeah, go that route. Like I said, I'm not trying to decipher these and edit them necessarily. I just like to get an image of them and then see if I can copy them back and forth. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. Like, I don't think these SD cards are serialized or linked to anything necessarily, but I mean, we'll see. Excuse me. I thought I'd turn off the boot logo on this thing. Okay, UEFI. Oh, so it is still enabled. Okay, cool. Excellent. USB storage. Sure. Hey, there we go. I love G-Parted. Sent Dan a link on X about a Pakistani kid that assembled parts for his power chair to get up to 30 miles an hour. Oh, Hannibal Quad. That guy actually messaged me a while back. Or did he message me? I think he might have commented or something. Yeah, I saw there was a Reddit thread about that. It's kind of cool. A scramjet? Yes. Sorry, I'm missing a bunch of chat messages here. Technician dude that tried to fix my chair by replacing the joystick with an F51 did work, but the toggle switches on whatever they're called doesn't know what the function to be. Oh yeah, so the quantum clone that Robin has runs RNet, which is interesting. But yeah, when you switch out the joystick on those, you have to, when you go from ones that have buttons to paddles, you have to go into the software and specify that. So it sounds like he didn't do that. Are there functions missing on your chair now, Robin, because of that? Oh, the cable keeps popping out? Oh, geez. Okay, so this is very tiny. Can we get this into range of the camera? Would be nice. I think I can move this without disturbing too much stuff. Okay, there we go, I think. Hot glue time. So currently my friend's joystick is held together and on his chair with 2 rolls of electrical tape. Now I want a nuclear-powered wheelchair. I know, right? Okay, cool. Everyone says G-Party works. Sweet. The copy it achieves functionality through a copy and paste mechanism working at the file system level. Okay, sweet. Temu SanDisk. Exactly, Steve. Oops, it jumped. Hang on. Fisker's best trimming scissors ever, yes. The brand may be on the blade. Oh, yeah, you're right. There it is. Yep, there it is, Fisker's. You called it. Hang on, I'm looking through chat here. If Temu offered power chairs, they'd be Quantums. I'm pretty sure they do. By the way, Grindhard Plumbing, I just saw they posted a video with Temu construction equipment. I haven't watched it yet, but that sounds like it might be interesting. How do you prevent from sliding out of your seat cushion? Honestly, in theory, if your seating is set up properly, you should be pretty secure in it. But some seating systems and cushions aren't really that good for holding you in. But then that's what a positioning belt is for, or a seat belt. If Temu had power chairs, Robin would have 3 of them. He does buy most of his stuff from Temu, that's true. A smart drive which is buggy, or Dan's quantum forefront in terms of reliability. So we are at some point going to attempt to put permobil motors and RNet swap that forefront. I do have a forefront 1 still. It's not my original one, but I managed to get another one a while back, and I keep forgetting I have it. Just a file on Fat 32. No, I don't think so. We'll see here in a minute. Howdy from Texas. Hey, Grant. How we doing? If I'm not wrong, maybe it isn't Quantum made in Germany or Netherlands. No, it looks similar to Quantum. I remember with the pictures you sent, Robin, but I remember it was branded something else. I can't remember. Triggering vague memories of someone who puts a pulse jet on a manual wheelchairs. Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't know if it was Colin Furs or someone else. So you go up, it goes down. Oh, everything's opposite. Excellent, Robin. Welcome to Opposite Land. Okay, I'm caught up on chat. Excellent. Tesla wheelchair. I've been trying to get Elon to build a Tesla on wheelchair for a while. We got to keep tweeting at him. Oh, what the junk? It's a Fat 32 partition? No way. Hang on, let me get a little closer here. Wait, which drive are we on? SDB. So both of these SD cards have FAT32. I apologize. I don't know if you guys can read that or even see it at all. Okay, so we need to figure out which one's which. So we've got our NVMe, that's one. SDA, that's the flash drive. SDB and MMC BLK. I'm assuming MMC is going to be the internal micro SD card port. So that should be our new one. See, I screwed this up. Can we... Hang on, can I unplug something and then... Oh, here, I can move this down. I think we can rescan. So let me unhook the blank one. Ew. Chewy... what's this rubber coating or whatever on these things? Okay, device, view, edit, refresh. There we go. Okay, so SDB. This is the quantum one we're looking at right here. And FAT32, 7 gigs, unallocated is 4 megabytes. That's fine. Okay, so SDB is that one. All right, cool. Just want to make sure. Sanity check there. Let's plug this back into the computer, our blank one. Then we can refresh devices again. And then, yeah, so there's our blank one. SDB. Okay, so let's copy. And then can we paste here? I don't know how this works. Okay, well, regardless, let's remove this partition. That's fine. That way we don't get confused. Apply. Okay, so that's our new SD card. So can we, let's see here. SDB, this is our quantum one here. I'm just looking through the menus. I haven't done this specifically before. Parted. Then, yeah, I don't want, the problem was I don't want to open it in Windows. I didn't realize it was FAT32, but I didn't want to open it in Windows because it starts writing stuff to it. But we will take a look at that now that we know it's FAT32 at least. Can we copy and paste this way? Is this how it works? I've never used gparted in this particular way before, so I'm not sure. Does anyone know what the process would be for this? Let's see, device, view, edit, devices, partition. Oh, let's go over here, and then we'll go create partition table. No. Hang on here. Need a turbo mode. Grant Lone Star, Emerald Walking Keys. Had a Quantum 7 years ago with no issues. Yeah, the older ones were great. Well, a lot better than they are now, that's for sure. Yeah, it does sound like Colin Firth's behavior for sure. Hey, Wayne, how we doing? Welcome in from Alabama. I do. Oh, wants me to insert ads. Go away, YouTube. Stop telling me about ads. We will have to do that at some point, though. If Technics built power chairs, they'd be reliable, durable, likely sweet, and high fidelity. Better have some good suspension for those gravel roads around here. 260 miles is something I can't get behind. It's the biggest adjustment. It was a scooter. 20 miles. I have a Permobil, got some crap designs. Yeah, the way they do the plastics and stuff now, and then the whole power platform thing is kind of crazy. I asked my guy if there's an updated list of error codes or anything yet for power platform, but I haven't heard back yet. Copy paste? Okay. Turbo mode. Right click on the partition you want to copy, choose copy, and navigate to the destination disk. Right click on the desired location. Oh, unallocated space. That makes sense. Yeah, there's no paste option. Copy. Yeah, maybe we have to create, let's see, new partition. We'll do FAT32. Where'd it go? Come on, where's FAT32? Oh, there it is. Sure, why not? Add, and then, yeah, no. Create primary partition. Oh, create primary partition on, oh, wait, that's our queue list. Never mind. Copy. Yeah, it's not letting me do it for some reason. Thinking. Let's go back to SDB and then does this give us an option to, no, hang on. Go to our flash drive here just for no reason. Paste is an option there. I wonder if I'm doing this backwards. No, it's just not letting me do it on this one for whatever reason. Huh. Well, I don't know. I guess now we know it's FAT32. So it's no special format. So in theory, maybe we can just do this in Windows. I mean, I think that's the next logical step. Oh, size large enough. Good call. 7.4. 7.28. Good call. So, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, pasting a partition that's a different size is not gonna work. So, in that case, we have more options. I think if I dig in this box right here, I have some different SD cards that are slightly bigger, or maybe smaller. I can't remember which, but they're right here. At least they were. Where did they go? Is it this one? That one? I just saw these stupid things. Oh, hang on. They're in my salmon-colored project tray. Yeah. Let's zoom out a little bit here. That makes sense. Not large enough. These are 16 gigs. All right. Actually, yeah, whatever, that's fine. This one has some stuff on it, but I don't really care. We can erase that. So let's ditch this one. Basic things that, see, when I'm streaming, parts of my brain stop working because I'm trying to, like, be on. And I don't think about simple things like that. So that's where you guys come in very handy for things like this. You can look at stuff objectively while you're just chilling there. Okay. Edit or refresh devices. There we go. Now we've got this, which actually has stuff on it. So I want to nuke that. Yes. Okay, that's done. Now we can go over here to SDB and copy and paste. Hey, look at that. It's an option now. I don't care that it's smaller. I'm not going to expand the partition. I just want to see. I'm assuming this will work and be possible, but I've never actually done it in practice, Okay, so let's write that out. Doing its thing. And, oh, happy birthday. Whose birthday? Oh, Mixer's birthday is coming up? Hey, Richard, how we doing? Wait, Wait, so Steve, are you talking about going 260 miles in a power chair? Sorry, I'm not following. Um, envision that. Oh, 8/16 mile an hour button. Looking at the M3. Okay, so Grant, one thing to note about the M3 is the suspension is... See, I say the suspension's terrible because I require a chair with really good suspension. It's not quite shopping cart status, but it's pretty close. The M3 ride quality is not going to be super good, just so you know. That's the one downfall of that chair. Scraped one off the plastic covers on my F3. Can't seem to find a replacement unless I buy the whole set, says Sming. Yeah, so I know Build My Wheelchair sells the entire color kit, but if you get a hold of them on the phone or with chat or email, they may be able to sell you one part. The only catch is it depends on if Permobil will sell it to them piecemeal. They may only sell it as a kit. But as I recall, I think the entire kit was maybe $100 or $150 or something like that, which not the best price, but yeah. They do have it actually listed on their website, though. Can't copy and paste on a mounted drive. Yeah, back for more. That's the cool thing with G-Parted, though, is it's not technically mounted-ish. But once we get this copied over, we're going to put it in the chair, see if it works. Then if it does, we're going to stick it in the great destroyer known as Windows and see if we can muck around in there a little bit, just because I'm curious. My chair is the last of 2024 running power platform, last model to do so. Still has a few quirks. Grant, so what we're doing is we have a quantum... the names are confusing. An Edge 3 Stretto Quantum behind us. And what we're doing is seeing if we can duplicate the SD cards that have the configuration files on there. It's something I've been kind of wondering. My friend broke his chair, and I think the SD card went missing, or maybe it's not attached anymore. But I'm curious to see if we can duplicate them and they will work. Because my only advice to him was don't touch anything. Because if there's a mismatch on some of these cards, the chair may not work anymore. So I'm checking to see if we can create a boot up or a backup that will work. And also it's good knowledge for me to have, so if other people have these issues, because micro SD cards fail. And they're basing the operation of the chair off of these things. So I want to see if someone can conceivably create their own backup for them. We're just kind of exploring it, basically. Moving the mouse just in case it goes to sleep. You need coffee? I do. It's just out of reach. It is over there. I'll have to grab it in just a second. Yeah, I don't know if you can resize while you're copying or paste it resized. I didn't want to touch anything though on the stock drive, if that makes sense. Again, I haven't done this particular function with Gparted before, so I'm not familiar with it necessarily, but what are the chances it's a plain text format file? So Steve, we checked that a while back, and that... Did we put it into a Windows computer? I'm pretty sure it's not a text file. I created a bin of it at one point, and we looked at it, and it wasn't JSON, but it was... I can't remember right off. It was something, but it wasn't a text file. But we're going to double check again. It's been a few years since we messed with it. Oh, your birthday is on the 4th of July. Well, I guess... So that's good and bad. It wouldn't be like having your birthday on Christmas, because on the 4th of July, you get fireworks for your birthday. So that's a whole thing. And I forgot. All the streets are going to be shut down around here tomorrow. I went over to City Hall to ask him, and I can't get a straight answer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave here in my van tomorrow, because they're shutting down all the streets to do a parade, and I don't know if I can get out of here or not. I was going to go to a friend's house and hang out. He is in power chair range, so I might just do that instead. New urban guerrilla power chair movie. The good, the bad, and the curb cuts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we were doing a podcast for a little while. Or my friend Ryan and John were. It was called The Curb Cutouts. I got my color kit for $75, says John. Okay, nice. May just do a complete color change. Yeah, Sming, if you go on buildmywheelchair.com and search maybe color kit or something, they do actually have them listed on there. And just so you know, I may have to be careful soon about talking about Build My Wheelchair, because we are in very preliminary talks of maybe doing some sort of like collaboration thing. I bought some stuff from them and they threw a few extra things in the box, and they want to do a Zoom call and talk about some stuff. So I may have to say at some point they are a sponsor, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't worked any of that out yet. But for now, it's just a site that I use, and I don't get any kickbacks or anything for saying that. FTC is weird about this stuff. But anyways, we are still copying, I think. We should probably open details here. Well, let's say spit on the screen. Operations may take a long time. I don't have any indicator lights, so I'm assuming something's still going on. Oh, there we go. Completed. All right. Close. Okay, let's zoom back out. Wait for the color to change and brighten up, which it may not do because we're looking at a laptop. Hey Dan, not too good. Been stuck in bed since May 1st because my chair is totaled. The wine semi? Wait, you got hit by a semi, Richard? Did you mention that before? I can't remember. Did you get injured or what's going on? I mean, maybe. Hopefully you're doing better, all right, or something. I got Fox to make me shocks for my M3, but Amazon crashed into you. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, fireworks because of the freaking elevator. Dude, you got any loopy lawyers near you? You do technically have damages, but the problem is, who do you try to extract them from? I mean, I guess maybe the property management of the building? I don't know. That's a whole thing, but that sucks, dude. Picturing sparklers on Mixtress's cake. Oh, ability advantage. Yeah, their prices are kind of weird sometimes, but for 75 bucks, that's not bad. The neighbors fire off fireworks, so I may slip out for that. Yeah. MTV reboot for 50th anniversary. Pimp my wheelchair. Yes. Oh yeah, Mark's Mobility also sells parts now. Oh, it's $250? Check some of the other colors. I think some of the... It's been a while since I've looked at them, but look at some of the other colors. Some of them I think were cheaper than others. Chesterfield cops won't even give the driver a ticket for hit and run. That's crazy, Richard. Dang, man. Well, hopefully you get better, or starting to feel better at least. I have a feeling that my chair is something is falling down. Yeah, Robin, you keep getting crappy chairs. I think at this point you sue the elevator repair company. Yeah. Okay, this is done-ish. Let's turn down our brightness, which is not supported in Gparted. So let's go ahead and let's fold this up so it fixes our color temperature problems. I think it should. Come on, color temperature. You can do this. Come on, camera. Hang on, we gotta give it a little help. Oh, there we go, it did it. Okay, so let's take out our freshly minted micro SD card and see if it works in this Quantum. I don't know why it wouldn't, but again, we have to try this stuff because, and I'm stuck against the chair. We have to try this stuff because you don't know, and unless something, I don't know, whatever. Please hold for coffee. Okay, so in case you're wondering why I do that when I drink coffee, oh, we have the other camera on there too. It's because I'm wearing a wireless microphone that's on my throat, and I know I am misophonic, and some other people in chat are, and I do not want to be blasting out drinking noises. So that's why I do that. Okay, so we're just going to pull this back over here into frame. We still don't have an SD card in it currently. Okay. Come over here. All right, so we'll power down, then slip this thing in here without dropping it, hopefully. And it's real easy to drop it into the depths of the joystick, so you have to like slide your eyeballs down in there and make sure it's going into the right spot. Okay, what's gonna happen? Hang on, I feel like I need to get the camera much closer for this. Shield your eyes, this is gonna get wobbly for a second. Okay, stay put, there we go. All right, we'll let this focus up here. Try to get the light reflection. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, it just boots up normally, like nothing's wrong. And the chair moves. Okay, sweet, so we can clone him. Awesome. Okay, step number 75. Let's throw this thing into Windows and see what kind of damage we can do. Oh wait, I need to get this chair out of the way first. Yeah, SD card access failed. That's because I removed it. Back over here, you. Okay, I think that's kind of out of the way. Then, swivel this. We're going to need our SD card reader. And seeing as how this is a copy, I'm just going to put it directly into the reader because I don't care about write protect. The only reason I put it in here is so we could activate the write protect switch. Oh, so that's the next test. We're going to put it into Windows, look at it, put it back on the chair, and see if it screwed anything up. All right. Back to the desk. All right. Let me close some of this stuff here. Get our display capture going. There we go. And here comes Windows noises. If I plug the USB cable in the right way. Burder. E. Yep, nothing visible to Windows. Let's take a look at our disk management here. Let's see what we got going on. I don't know why the scroll wheel never works on this. Yeah. So, oh wait, disk 4. Drive H. Oh, wrong drive. That's why. Drive H. There we go. Wait. Did we never put this in a Windows computer? Is this literally just text files? Okay, so they're XFW files. I don't think we ever just put this in Windows. I was so afraid of it that... Hang on. Hold on. Hang on. Okay, so we gave it full write access. We're gonna eject this. And then I'm gonna stick it back in the chair just to see if it still works. Quick sanity check. Eject card reader. Okay. Then back to this camera. On a political state. But oh, hang on, I had the wrong microphone on. It reminds me of the one South Park episode when they were trying to say that, you know, the whole there's keywords. Twin Towers, can I say that? That whole thing was a government conspiracy. It basically was like no one's smart enough to actually pull that off. This is Quantum we're dealing with. So, of course, it's FAT32. Of course, it's some random files. Anyways, let's go back here. Then Update. Devices. Okay, so we have some files here. I'm going to read chat here for a second. Nice blue PLA silk joystick knob. Yeah, Kristen, that came from White Raven at whiteravenmobility.com. Oh, this chair also has some more quantum accessories. We have... Oh, wrong camera. We have the... Well, this chair has a wheel lug that broke off. But we have... Where's my pointing stick? We have some lovely spikes that stick off. White Raven also makes those. Then if you notice, our brake levers back here are also color matched. He also makes those. So this chair is fully accessorized by whiteravenmobility.com. Link in the chat. What? Well, someone will have to paste the link. I don't have it handy. Play capture. Okay. I'm getting caught up on chat here again. I really hate how fragile the tabs are on the covers. Oh wait, hang on. My chair has fallen and I can't get up. $250, you could apply that cost towards a 3D printer to make your own. I know, right? Some of the basic Bamboo Lab machines now are really affordable. Yeah, you could pop them off and spray paint them. Yeah, unless you're missing one. I actually have one that's broken out here off of another F3 that I haven't even messed around with yet. One of those side covers, or side plastic pieces broke off, and the standoff that holds it on is also missing. Let's see. It's really not their fault as much as the management who didn't call them or utilize them in time. But I side with the tradesmen usually, yeah. You'd call a lawyer and consult him, yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. There's probably a little bit of blame to spread around to everyone. Who knows? Legal system is weird. It's a smaller upper piece behind the front tire. That's the same one that broke on this chair out here. I may have to buy a color that I like and wrap the parts. Yeah. Yeah, the tabs are stupid fragile. Wrapping a chair. Thumbs up says Mixtress. Spray paint on sale. Get some hook and loop tape from Walmart. I lived up in Minneapolis before my injury. 10-story apartment with roof access. Always love hanging around the tool room. The elevator shafts. Yeah. Yeah, enamel paint would be cool. Oddly, Rust-Oleum makes some really easy to work with enamel. They were kind of my go-to for even like changing the color on cars. Notice how I didn't say painting cars? Changing the color. That's an Earl Scheib term. Or get Mako. Yeah, we'll change the color. Yeah, Mike says he uses vinyl wrap on his chairs. Carbon fiber look film looked great. Got dirty quick, yeah. Elevators in our apartment worked about 50% of the time. I lived on the 7th floor, but figured that was the gym program. I know, right? Built-in gym. Take for the stairs. All right, see you later, Michael. Thanks for stopping by. The point is definitely a repair company. Let's see. Scrolling. Oh, in the cat box again. Great username, by the way. Recently got an R-Track and occasionally get a DMS line interruption error and have to power cycle the joystick. Any ideas? That's something you're going to have to go through Quantum Tech or your dealer, and the dealer has to go through Quantum Tech on that one. They have issues with stuff like that. It's nothing you can fix as a user, though, unfortunately. There's a software and data communication issue. The way they connect the data lines to these chairs is with insulation displacement connectors, which are not known to be the most reliable for high-speed bus communication. So, yeah, you got to go to the powers that be to take care of that, unfortunately. The final frontier, yes. Stairs. I see a red chair and I want it painted black. Now it vibrates loudly. Yep. Sounds about right, Sming. That's what's broken on the one I have here, too. Flat black. Of the woods. 740. Oh, gosh, Robin. Bullet lug nut covers. Flat on my back for a month is not my idea of wellness. I can't stand, so I can't get out of bed. Can't have my chair transportation. Ah, that sucks, Richard. Wait, so is it mostly because your chair is broken and you're trying to get it repaired? Sorry, I think you might have said that earlier, but yeah, laying flat for a long time does not help anyone out for sure. I'm just catching up on chat here, reading through stuff. Oh yeah, 3M VHB tape. You can permanently attach stuff that way. Are the spikes Permobil compatible? Most Permobils have hubcaps. He only makes them for the Quantums right now. Air company gives a whiff of eating less fun. See, I'm just looking through chat here. I had a bad argument replacing pivot bearings for my caster on my wife's Quantum. Dozen layers. Okay, I think we're caught up. So let's .xfw file. Flipper. Okay, so firmware files of some sort. Apparently XFE file manager, XFW file extension. Sure. Let's open a listicle and see here. Binary data. Oh, so can we hang on? Do I have I don't think I've installed in this computer. Let me fire up Notepad++ here. God, I did not have that on here. Downloads. And just give me a link. Here we go. Download. Installer. Ah, everything went blank because of Windows user account control. Need to disable that. Agree, sure. Install, yes. Plugins. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're installing. Completed. Run. Okay, display capture. And ta-da! All right, let's go ahead and get one of these that is girthy in size, 3 megabytes. Yeah, I think we need a plug-in. That's clearly something. I don't recognize it right off. What else we got in here? XPB. Whoops. Yep. FW. Getting through this here. Yeah, it's not blatantly obvious to me what that is necessarily. Change log. Folder's empty. So, see, where it says devices here, this is basically configuring. I'm assuming this is a base firmware for the chair. And then devices is going to be things, you know, like the seat lift and all the other functions that it has. All XFW files. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what these are necessarily. Is not surprising. Binary data. Yeah, this is just a stupid generic thing. Reworked menus. It is interesting though, apparently the flipper runs on XFW files. Called a dozen lawyers. Dude, that's crazy, Richard. How could there be a hit and run and nobody wants to do anything? Even lawyers. That seems crazy to me. I can't remember. Did you say there was video surveillance or video footage of it anywhere? Is there a special discount for being in the Catheter Club? Ooh, Catheter Club. That's a fun new one. Did you get to join that recently? I'm in that one. Started gathering parts for Voron. What is what is that, Kristen? Is that a printer? I'm not sure right off. Just got here. What is this XFW from? So this is off the micro SD card on the Quantum QLogic 3 chairs. This is basically what's defining all of the devices that are on the chair, basically. And I don't know what language it is. This is just I don't have a plugin for Notepad Plus for whatever this is, but it's some sort of firmware file, basically. I mean, there is a brute force way to do this where you just get copies of all these cards and label them, and you can kind of figure it out by the file names, basically. But it would be interesting to know what this is exactly. I suppose I could upload this somewhere, and then someone in chat could take a look at it if you want. I'm just poking around, which probably in a futile fashion, to see if there's any clues I can get to how to open this. XFE, something else. Roland. Well, explore. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking at here right now. Let's see. Rings? Oh, hang on here. Scrolling. So that creates enough noise. Yeah. See here. Hang on. I'm just checking something here real quick. 3D printed catheters would be dangerous. Oh yeah, they would for sure. My brain is melting. Answer to life, command line. Power, string from system internals will give a better idea. Sorry, I'm not following any of this right now. My brain is melting. Should I upload these somewhere so that you guys can download them and take a look at it? Can't spell danger without Dan. That is true. They are encrypted versions of the old quantum files. Oh, hang on. I have a micro SD card, or an SD card right here. Is this the one? Hang on. Let's take a look at QLogic 1 and 2 real quick. I happen to have right here. I don't know if this card reader can handle more than one card at a time, but we're about to find out. Come on. Let's see. Hang on here. I need to verify which one's which real quick. Disk man. So disk 3, 2 gig should be drive G. What? No. Firmware. Yeah, so this is the old version here. These are CAG. So these are configuration files and then firmware files. So these are the configuration files. You can see here they're clearly labeled. Hand control with lights, hand control, standalone, display, all that stuff. Then we have the CPF files, and these were the firmware files for each configuration of chair. So it's kind of similar, but a little bit different. Then we have program backup files, where this is an overlay that puts all the settings on, also CPF files. Just for fun, let's look at one of these. Oh, look, it's pretty similar. Here's the new one. There's the old one. So, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of encryption. Yeah, upload it. Okay, hang on, thinking what's the best way to do this. Let me... Thinking. Let's do... this will only be... I was thinking about doing a GitHub thing, but I don't have that set up on this computer. So I'm just gonna put these into an archive, and then I will send you a link to download here. I don't have external access to Nextcloud just yet. Hang on a second. I need to check my notes on the other computer out here to see what my external address is for one of my storage devices here. Oh, the computer went to sleep. How cute. Hang on, it's going to want a password. Wake up, dang it. There we go. Notes. Hosting. That's it. Broccoli. So give me a second here to bring this up. BRO. Waiting for it to load. Did I spell that right? Why is this not loading? Oh, there we go. It's just slow. Punch that in. There we go. Don't update. Oh, hang on. Multi-factor authentication. Yes, scan my retinas. Oh my gosh, stop popping up. Let me do things. Yes, it's me. There we go. All right, let me drag this over to that drive. And I think we have this one saved here. Yes, we do. And then view details. We'll do shared files. And then new folder. Let's see, QL_3 SD. There we go. That'll work. Then let's do, was it drive H? Yes, it was. So we'll just copy this in here. Then we'll just add it to a random archive, send to compressed. Okay, that looks good. All right, let me generate a link now. Thingies. And shared files, QL3 SD. Create, there we go. Share, advanced options, validity period. This will expire. In case someone's watching the replay, we're going to make this expire in the future, but not very far in the future. Okay, there we go. And copy link. There we go. Save. Fair warning, the way I have this set up, after you load the link, wait for the page to completely load, then you should have an option to download it. But when you click download, also wait. It's going through many different funnels and tunnels and things made of glue. So it'll be a little bit slow on this particular storage device. Let me check it here. But it will connect and work. Okay, there we go. So we got that. Then, hang on, let me delete these real quick. Delete, yes, and then rename. QL_3 SD. Okay. Sorry, this is all off-screen stuff here. Let me double check this one more time to make sure we're good. Paste and go. Hot wax. Okay, here we go. Here is a link in chat that will be good for at least 24 hours. Paste. And if you're interested in digging into those files and educating me on what they are, that would be sweet. These are from a Edge 3 Stretto running QLogic 3. So go nuts, my coding geeks. All right, I think I missed a bunch in chat here. Meme printer is alive once again. +1 for upload, says Steve. All right. Lean over to, oh, you just fell out of your chair now, Stormtrooper? I thought you were saying that like metaphorically. Are you in the C300? Those things constantly try to put you on the floor with force. Leaned over to put my headphones away. Oh, geez. My cans are in the drawer. Sennheiser spoken here. Hey, Johnny, how we doing? Take me to your leader, exactly. If you upload, can you upload a file listing of the disk, which makes analyzing the file naming scheme easier? Ooh, file list. Streaming Brain's activated. What's the easiest way to do that? Because I can't think of it right now. To create a file list. Catheters equal adaptive bladder user interface, aka sample port. That's very true. HD6 hundos. Those are the ones. The classic standard. The old quantum files. Is that the ones with Mulder and Scully? I think it is. Great tasting cans. Do I all use the same headphones as the answer to life? Well, people that know, so probably. I just upgraded to the HD490 Pro. Love the sound. When was it that... Wait, was it Samsung that took over Sennheiser? Or no, I was thinking AKG. Never mind. Highlight, delete. I didn't say that. Sorry, blasphemy. I hang most things now that I have pause for hands. Yeah, I don't want to thumb shame, but I will say that an opposable digit is very handy and would be tricky without. So I don't know about the quantum programming software. To my understanding, any of the handhelds, this is not the QLogic 3 one, but any of the handhelds, I was just going to say are not capable of modifying the SD card, but maybe they are. Maybe we should check that. Please hold. I'm going to put this away so I don't forget. And then we're going to grab the QLogic 3 handheld. We're going to plug it in and see if the file browser on it will navigate to the SD card. Because I'd be dumb for not trying that. So let me put this away. Goes in there. Question is, where did I put the QLogic 3? I think it's on the rack by the front door. Oh, we're still on the wireless mic. All right. Oh, man, so many things we're testing and trying today. Hey, there it is. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we're going to put our dummy SD card back in here, the one that we cloned. This one, just in case we do somehow break something. Try to avoid crotch cam here. So let's shovel this back in here. Okay. Then, yeah, there we go. And let's get old Mr. Unobtainium here set up and ready to go. Don't ask me where to buy these. I don't know. I got mine through a fortunate series of events, but it's the ELAS MB 6796. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can. This camera doesn't focus that close. But let's see if we're... Because I keep forgetting there's a file browser built into these things. I get so much flack in comments when I do things like this to joysticks. They're like, oh, you should, like, get a job driving fence posts into the ground or something instead. If a joystick can't handle me doing this, it shouldn't be on a chair. my only thoughts about that. Maybe someday I'll tell you how I really feel. You know what we should do? Let me move this over. Wait, can we get this to the workbench? Let me get this closer to the workbench so I can use the overhead camera to actually zoom down on it. Yeah, there we go. I think we have enough cable to do this, maybe. Point that back at the ceiling. Okay, there's going to be a lot of dangling of things going on here. This thing takes friggin' forever to boot up anyways. Oh yeah, that is quality right there. Look at that. You can actually see it. Look, file manager. Okay, I'm getting excited. I need to pause for coffee. Un moment for coffee. Okay, let me read chat here for just a minute, then we'll go over to what we were doing there. Let's see. Did that link work for anyone that tried to download it? Did I paste it in chat? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Let's see. Oh, Binwalk. Duh. I don't have that set up on this computer. My days of giving people the finger are over. I'm sure there's an app for that. I would love to be in some sort of situation somewhere someday where I want to flip someone off and be like, hang on, this is going to take a second, and have like my aide or person that's with me, have them grab my hand and fold it into the middle finger. My arms are stiff from yesterday after 4 hours of cleaning the Exoquad. Quite impressive. Oh, Robin, did you get the new suspension installed? I mean, did you get some of those? Layers wouldn't do anything without the police report. And Richard, did the police not even show up? Or what happened with that? I don't remember. That whole situation is just insane, though. It's like, how could this all just not be a thing at all? You know, right? Like, ugh. Giving the thumb isn't as effective. QLogic 3 programmer should read the encryption. Yeah, we're going to see here. I'm just getting caught up on chat before we do it, but I'm going to see if the file browser goes into it. I don't even know. Got my dual power legs installed on my F3, but there was missing parts and parts they forgot to order. They installed a new joystick, but the error codes remain along with the other issues. So Mike C, on the joystick right now, you still have the bad cable error, I'm assuming, and also does the battery gauge still always show 100%? Are those the two main things on that? It's able to get the dual motor legs. Dual power legs are much nicer units. Yeah, and you can program them. Well, I don't know if you can on Power Platform, but on regular RNet, you could set up a different channel to just adjust the length of the legs independently, which was super cool. Brakes are replaced and refilled with hydraulic. The handlebar tightening thing is now replaced. Only thing you need to do is suspension. Ah, gotcha. Okay, back to the pizza of anarchy, pizza resistance. I don't know, whatever things. Let's go a little tighter so that this. There we go. All right. Let's see what happens here if we go into File Manager. Oh, save XP file load. Wait, do we have a? Okay. I know this thing has some built-in storage, so let's see what we can get here. Let's see, save. Internal SD card not present. Okay, so I don't think load. I don't think this is pulling anything off the chair right now. Internal firmware. Yeah, there's nothing saved on this handheld currently. Let's see here, data storage, internal. Okay, so what we could do is take our micro SD card and put it in here and see what it tells us about things. I think that's probably the next logical step, right? Because, let's see, diagnostics monitor. Yeah, because this is not linking to the chair. Let's see, monitor, hand control, system, motor encoders. Yeah, this doesn't seem to pass through the micro SD card that's in the joystick. Oh, let's change our access level. User, dealer, okay. That should be fine. And then there should be full, hang on. Show all parameters, there we go, yes. All right, save. Okay, then back to File Manager. Photo album, firmware update. XFP is firmware package. Okay, so it looks like, I think we can back up the SD card from the chair to this device and then write a new one. Okay, I'm going to turn off the chair, which will probably also nuke the programmer. Yeah. We're going to pull the micro SD card out of this and see if we can make yet another copy of it using the programmer. Or at least back it up to this thing. All right, power on. Yep, SD card access failed, that's right. Actually, I think we can do this without it being connected to the chair. So, how do we want to do this? Let's, we can only plug in one device to this at a time. So let's plug in the card that we made. This is our real one, we'll put that over there. Let's plug in the one we made and see if we can save it to the device itself, which shouldn't be an issue. And we'll unlock it. So this is our copy going in here. And we should be able to turn this on and just use its file browser functions, excuse me, to do things. Which application? Okay, go offline. All right, here we go. This will take a second to focus. There we go. Hang on, I'm trying to look at chat again. Those things exactly, Mexi? Okay, gotcha. That's crazy they can't fix that stuff. It's got to just be all the firmware then. Pizza de resistance du chair, yes. Those programmers are fun. That's my only complaint about links with one of those. Honestly, you can do most of this on dynamic links. Yeah, because I was able to use my phone and the PC app with the dynamic links access key to take files from email and upload them to the chair, like the firmware files and stuff. It's just a little bit more convoluted to do it. Put the SD card in the programmer. Yep. Okay, let's see here. So we're going to go SD card and then exported settings. Let's see, favorites. Okay, nothing there. And then firmware. Nothing there. Log files. Cloning report. Nothing there. Pictures. Yeah. Programs. I could have sworn I just did SD card, didn't I? Yeah, cancel. Let me make sure this is actually, it's unlocked. It's in there. This is the one we made. We may have to actually have it boot up and do its whole thing to load the application though. Be offline. SD card. Yeah, it's not showing anything. Let me plug this into the chair and let it go through its full boot up. Maybe that has to like unlock it or something, you know? What are you beeping about? Supervision error. I forgot. You have to have this thing off. Yes. Otherwise it gets all cranky. Okay, chair turned itself off. Turn the chair back on. Power this thing up. Yep, SD card access failed, we know. All right, so let's let this do its thing. It's gonna take just a minute. Grandpa was shocked to see how completely worn out the front brakes were and how worn out they were. Well, I mean, you do use that thing quite a bit, Robin. That's for sure. Need base. Had to be rushed to the hospital, then I had to send someone to my house to bring me your things. Yeah. XPA was the old non-encrypted ones. Okay. Just looking through chat here. As this thing boots, it takes a little while. Okay. So let's go back into... Actually, here, let's check data storage first. SD card. It's giving me angry errors when I try to do that. Let's go back. Uh-oh. I think it's not responding now. Unless it's reading the card. Let me give it a minute. Unless this is referring to the chair. Okay, another side quest. We're going to put the original SD card back in the chair just to make sure everything's copacetic. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh. What did that say? Crap. Hang on. Let me rewind the stream. Maybe I was just being impatient. Hang on. There was a lot of text that was on the screen. Oh, look, advertisements. Okay. Error text 157 is missing, cannot be displayed. Please contact your local dealer to install update/resource file. Okay. Hang on, I need to answer this real quick. Hello. Oh my god, why are you calling me? Hang on. Hang on, it's robots, but it's through my healthcare. Oh my god, I hate it when they do that. They're like, oh, hey, we have a message for you. And then I call them to get the message, and they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, where did I put that card? Okay, so we're going to turn off the chair, unhook the programmer. We're going to put its factory micro SD card back in it, so we're in stock configuration. There we go. At least we know the chair can safely be run without the micro SD card now. Turn the chair back on, let it boot up and do its thing. Okay, everything's fine. Chair moves. Plug in our handheld programmer. Then we have the other one that we made in here. So we should have 2 quantum approved micro SD cards. And we're going to let this load. Then we're going to go back into our things and see what's going on. Yeah, the phone system plays music. I'm going to need a to-go bag of just electronics. How to use it. Learned the bug-out bag lesson the hard way. Yes. I always keep a bag right next to the door where if I'm headed to the hospital, it's got at least an old crappy iPad in it, my meds and other basic stuff like that, phone chargers and things. Don't forget those little cute bottles of booze. My system doesn't quite handle alcohol. That is... NSA calling. We understand. You're hacking a wheelchair. Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if it was quantum, right? Okay, hang on. I have to get closer so I can actually see this. Okay. Oops. Okay, file manager. And then system configurations. Oh, being transferred. So did that just pull that off of... I think it just pulled that off of the chair. Maybe. Okay, there's too many things here. So we do have... hang on, we're gonna do this again. Let me turn off the chair. Then I'm gonna put a blank SD card in here so that we know for a fact it's not pulling the configuration off of this card. Because if we can use the programmer to make one of these, that would be revolutionary. And for some reason I was assuming it wasn't possible. Okay, chair back on. Factory SD card is in the chair. I should probably be careful dangling that so the chair doesn't drive. Then we'll turn this on. SD card drive code 02. Okay. Maybe it's not formatted. I think that's the one we removed all the partitions on, actually. I wonder if this will have an option to format the drive. I don't know. This stream is just screwing around with stuff, seeing what we can learn. Let's see. When grandma brings brownies to the hospital, make you feel better. Yes. We've noticed that your car warranty is expired. Exactly. Oh, let's see what we got on the thing here. Oh, it's a sunset. It's zoomed way in. See? Sunset. It's Butamus. Who's this from? Oh, that's who it's from. Wow, it's shiny and clean. That looks awesome, Robin. Oh, look, it's a grumpy dog. Maybe not grumpy, but just that face to me looks that way at the moment. Like, what are you doing? Why are you taking my picture? And then, oh, it's the Doge dog. Is beeping alarm so loud it hurts my ears? Oh, geez. And I think, hang on here. I have to show this in sections. Did I forget anything? Phone, keys, wallet? Nope. So true. Oh, all of our ink is low now. All right. Okay, back to this. So we have an SD card in here that this thing doesn't like. So I don't know. Sorry, it's bouncing. I don't know if we're going to be able to format it or not, but let's see here. System configurations. Okay. Git. Save as. Okay, so we're saving it to internal. Yeah, no folder, I guess. Do you have to have a folder? Maybe it's doing something. Hang on, I'm gonna give it a minute. Here's a public service announcement. I bought no. I don't know what that word is. What is that? So it doesn't seem to like this. Can we? New folder's not an option. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Let's go back and then let's try saving an XPA file. Internal. I guess this folder's empty, so we'll put it in here. Save as. Okay. Is there not a way to just save it by default? How do you... Sure, M. I probably should have read the little directions that tell me how to get out of this thing. Okay. All right. So was it XPA files that we were looking up before? See, I need to play around with this stuff and actually make notes so I can remember, because I don't remember any of this while I'm streaming. Oh, Nomo Robo. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, we have... Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's very nice, Richard. Unfortunately, we can't... YouTube doesn't like that, so I have to delete that message, but I'm totally with you on that, 100%. Okay, saving is successful. All right, so that probably saved it to the programmer. So let's see what happens if we load XPA file. What options do we get? Access level full, sure. Internal. Oh, we just dumped it right there. So, see, this is where we need another micro SD card in the chair to see if it's actually doing that. Oh yeah, here we go. So parameter, seat configuration, mapped I/O ports, restore. Hang on. This can take several minutes. Do not turn off the system. We're just gonna do it, I guess. We have backups of it. The screen on the joystick hasn't changed. I don't know if it's loading this to the chair or what exactly it's doing, but maybe. XPB is the new ones. Okay. So let me grab, let's see here. So we have an unformatted micro SD card in here. I think what we're going to try and do next, now that we have this saved, I'm going to format that SD card with was it FAT32? Then I'm going to put it in here blank, turn on the chair, it'll give us an error, and see if we can use this to restore it to the chair. I think that should answer the question. I kind of forget what the question is at this point, but yeah. Check parameters. Hey Jessica, how we doing? Would block the one rich Nigerian that I'm really related to. Exactly, Chris. There's no gravity, I'm not falling for it. My screen never changed when the DME programmed yours, says Ken. All right, interesting. Oh, we'll be able to tell when I turn this off, because if it's writing all this to the SD card is going to get warm. So when this is done, actually, can I feel it right now? Oh, system is now in configuration mode. Do not power off until completed. So that changed. So I think it is actually doing it. Okay, we'll verify this here in a minute. It's a good thing we have a backup of this card, though. Which is this one on the 16 gig micro SD. Yeah, no worries at all, Richard. I just have to abide by YouTube's stupid rules. I'm no way unopposed to what you were saying at all. I partake as well. Okay, so we're just gonna let this dangle here for a minute and finish its thing. I'm awesome. Thanks for asking. Excellent, Jessica. Living the dream. So, interesting note. If we save the XDA, which is unencrypted, to this thing from this chair, we could potentially pull the file off of this. I don't have any of the software, though. Does anyone have the software for QLogic 3 at all? I can't remember if that's a thing. It would seem like there has to be some sort of cross-compatibility between the two. If this thing's saving it in the old format, right? Does that mean we could open it up in the old software and make our changes, then save it with the old file format, and this thing will convert it back? Is that how that works? I don't know. Well, actually, we can test that, because when we copy over the new one, we're going to do this again. We'll pull the micro SD card back out and see if it is the new encrypted format or not. So that should be interesting. I can't tell if this SD card is hot or not, and I don't want to poke at it while it's writing to it. I think this might be a good moment for an ad break. Whoops, running over stuff. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Got to keep the YouTube overlords happy. That's still copying things over. So we're going to do an ad break real quick. If you have YouTube Premium, you'll see nothing except for me leaving the room. And if you don't, you may see an ad or several. By the way, did anyone click that link that I sent you the files? All right. The file sharing link that I pasted in chat. Did anyone use that? And if so, did it work? Okay, real quick, we're going to do this here thing. I'm going to play some rando music, which is probably this. Sure, this is ad breaky music, right? Un momento, be right back. Well, that was certainly a strange song. All right. XPB will not open in the quantum software. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, let's check on our... Hey, there we go. 1,719 parameters imported. Seat configuration done. Map.io port done. Okay, so now for the grand test of whatever. Let's... who's texting me? Oh, Permobile. I haven't seen anything useful. I'll check with my tech guys. By the way, that kitten song is hilarious. I sent the... I think it was at the end of the stream last week, but I made a song about Permobile using kittens to program their wheelchairs, and I sent it to someone that works at Permobile. He said it was hilarious. Yeah, I asked him, is there any updated error code list or documentation for Power Platform yet? And he says, I haven't seen anything useful. Hang on, I'm replying. Okay, there we go. Replied to that. That should be good. Okay, so we're going to take this micro SD card out of the programmer. System is now in configuration. Don't power off until completed. How do we... Hang on here. I'm going to turn this off. Yes, power off. I know you can't see anything. Hang on. Okay, I think the configuration is complete. I'm going to turn the chair back on and just make sure it's not broken here real quick. Yeah, everything's fine there. All right, cool. So we're going to take out our actual factory SD card and put that out of the way. Then let's get a random one out of this programmer. We're going to make sure it's formatted to FAT32, which should be over here. Plug this in. Double check our partitions on here. That should be this one. What is this? 4 megabytes. Hang on, we're gonna fully nuke this just to be safe. Which is, how do we do that? 3 megabytes, 4 megabytes. Hang on, brain is failing. Disk management. Oh, that 4 megabyte drive is my microphone receiver. Duh, I forgot when it. Yeah, the drive E. This one here. That's the microphone receiver on the wall. I forget it has flash storage on it. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna new simple. Next. 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 Yeah, sure, you can have a drive letter. Let's do FAT32. We're gonna give it no name. Quick format. There we go, finish. Let it do its thing. Let's see. Love the music selection, says back for more. Got me some Beastie Boys on this track. M5 stack, F5 back in stock, but I don't know if I need another solution. Looking for a problem. Yeah, that's a thing, Chris, right? Okay, let's safely ejectify this. There we go. And we now have a wrong camera. We now have something pointed at the ceiling. We now have a blank FAT32 formatted micro SD card. We're going to stick this into our joystick. I don't think we've tried this yet. I'm curious what errors we're going to get. We have no errors whatsoever. Okay. That's interesting. So, putting in a blank micro SD card that's formatted for FAT32 doesn't give any errors. Huh. So you know how sometimes on Quantums, when you reboot them, it'll say parameter backup and process? I wonder if you just leave a blank one in here eventually, if it's just going to write the configuration to it and make its own thing. Interesting. All right, well, regardless, we have no micro SD card in here now. So what we're going to try and do is use that backup that we saved on here from the proper one. And we're going to see if it writes it to this. Then if that succeeds, we're going to plug the programmer into the computer and pull the original file that is supposedly not encrypted off of it. And I'll send that to you guys and see if that'll open with the software, roughly. By the way, does anyone have that Quantum software handy that you can send me a Dropbox link to? I can't remember if I have it or not. I think, White Raven, you might have sent it to me, but I can't recall right off. Everything sounds so dirty. I know, right, Robin? Okay, so we're gonna let this do its thing for a minute. Card unlocked. Let's see. No ads. Excellent. Did anyone get any ads on that break? I don't think it matters necessarily. As long as I go through the motions, that's all YouTube cares about. Okay, file manager. I think that's how we did it before. Then load XPA. Full. And internal. We saved it as M. Okay. And we're going to select all of the things. Restore. Yes. Okay. So we're going to let this finish. Then we're going to pull that SD card back out of there. See if it's got the XDB files on it. Then if that works, cool. We know that. Then we're going to take this. We're going to plug this into the computer and see if the XDA files are on there that are not encrypted. Ah, so much screwing around. And you guys are along for the ride. Only the ultra nerds are here. We only got 50 people watching at this point. The answer to life is 9.644, one of the parameters. Like the file name? I'm not sure. Okay, so that's going to take a few minutes. We're going to let that do its thing. Can I think I might have the skills to put my face on here. Hang on a second. Video capture, A5100. I think my face is going to be full screen for a moment, yes. Now, let's Alt Uh-huh. 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 Ah. Looky there. We have the skills to pay said bills. Speaking of Beastie Boys. All right, there we go. All right. Man, I need to write stuff down. I'm forgetting this almost immediately. Nerd reporting in. Excellent, Michael. Oh, the lights just turned off on the chair. Import parameters. Just looking at the joystick here. Yep, so it went into its dingly programming mode or whatever. I'll let that do its thing for a minute. Yeah, so that would be really interesting, though, if we can use the programmer as an intermediary to decrypt the files, right? My other tabs give away PC, part picker, build my wheelchair, modular grid, yeah. Actually, I'm going to leave this on the screen so we can keep watching it. I was going to do something else in the meanwhile, but actually, I guess I can do that in the background. Hang on here. Oops, no, color. Permobile color kit. I'm just looking at stuff on Build My Wheelchair. Wait, here's an M3 orange shroud kit for $44. That's M3 though. Seriously. 44 bucks for the kit on an M3. 150, 124. These are all M3. Where's F3? M3, M3. F3. There's no R in F3. They don't have photos of a lot of them, though. Flamingo? Yeah, I don't know who it was earlier that said it was $250, but yeah, it looks like some of it's fairly expensive. If you have an M3, you can get a dirt cheap one for 44 bucks. Interesting. Driving and stream watching. What could go wrong? Autistic nerd reporting in, says Christopher. Excellent. Off work this week. I turned the big 60 today. Happy birthday, Michael. We'll give you a cowbell for that. And slow cowbell also. Any insight on programming the new Permobiles that are supposed to be app-based programming? Yeah, Joshua. So the guy I know that has a power... Hang on. Let's switch microphones. I'll have to remember to switch back. The guy I know that has a power platform chair is currently out of state. He's going to be back in a couple of weeks, and then we will immediately meet up. And we're going to play around with that. The plan is I need to learn about it myself. I'm going to figure a few things out. Then I'm going to make a video that's geared towards DMEs and dealers on how to connect and do it. Because right now, that information I think needs to be out there before anything else. Because there's so many of them that don't know how to do it. And they need a pretty concise guide on how to make it happen. Then I'm going to figure out how to do some of the other stuff on my list. Like see if stealth mode, when you turn off the brake detect and some other things like that is even possible. And then also obviously look around and see if there's a way to enable onboard programming or anything like that. I have access to someone that has access to everything that's available on Power Platform as far as programming goes. So if there is an option available, I will be able to find out about it. I don't know what's there, but soon. I know I keep saying that, but it's been a cat and mouse game with the person I know that has the Power Platform chair, but he's very much interested in diving into it. Okay. Wireless microphone. Parameters imported, seat configure, import done. Okay. So let's switch back to the other camera, which is going to be this one. And okay, so this thing claims it's done. So let's zoom out. Whee! We'll hit OK. Now, what it did last time, the joystick still says, do not power off until complete. Okay, so it is complete. So we're going to power off the chair, then unplug our programmer, then turn the chair back on, and it should just boot up normal. Yeah, so it booted up normal, no errors or anything. Chair can move just fine. This thing's clicking up a storm because reasons. Actually, here, let's go Q3 and then offline mode. Okay, so chair's back to normal. Oh, I forgot. Next step. Let's turn this off. Yes. We're going to turn this back off. We're going to stick this SD card in the computer and see if it has the encrypted files on there or not. Because if that chair can read the non-encrypted files, that would be sweet. Like backwards compatibility, which if that's the case, I'm jumping way ahead here, but it would be cool if you could use the QLogic 2 software to mod these settings. Again, I'm just speculating, pulling things out of nowhere. Okay, so small computer. Hello, computer. Ooh. It did not write anything to it. So where did it write it to? The chair? Interesting. So it did something, obviously. Maybe it was just uploading it to the chair itself? Which, that would make sense. Okay, hang on. I'm going to see if we can brute force our way into the chair backing up to the SD card. Which is going to be interesting. Sorry, I pointed at the ceiling again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to put this SD card back in the chair, which apparently is still blank. And I'm just going to power cycle the heck out of this thing. Because eventually, at some point, after enough power cycles, it's going to do a parameter backup. So stress test on power cycling QLogic 3 chair. I don't know. I know it does it randomly, like when I had one of these chairs and was using it daily. I don't know if there's a certain number of power cycles that it takes. And I don't know if we need to drive. I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this, but we're just going to do it a bunch and see what happens. Love the roof. Sming says that the current F3. What are you talking about, Sming? Which F3? Congrats on leveling up. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow, Mike? I mean, obviously, I guess the 4th of July, but I have that chair I mentioned earlier sitting next to me in my bed. I'm trying to think of a name of it. Just remembered it has J6 Pride Mobility. It runs and drives. Oh, no brakes? I wonder if does it give you a brake error when you turn it on, Richard? Is that what's going on? I may give up on this at some point soon here, because I know when I was using one of these daily, it would only do that parameter backup maybe a couple, 3 times a month. And I don't know how many times I power cycle my chair in a day. Actually, I don't think, honestly, I don't think I power cycle my chair more than once or twice a day, come to think of it. So in theory, if we do this like 30 times, maybe that's enough. But again, I don't know if it's based on power cycles or how it works, you know? I feel like it might be. But at least now we know. So things we've learned. You can take the SD card out of the chair. It'll throw an error, but it'll still boot up and move. You can put a blank FAT32 formatted micro SD card in the chair, and it doesn't care. Everything's fine. So I think that's what we've learned so far. How many times should I try this? On the 2nd, we're exactly days, or we also, yesterday was halfway point. Oh, that's too many numbers for my brain right now, Christopher. The sun will come out tomorrow. Power cycling a chair, too exciting. I know, right? Hose me down. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this. Okay, so while I'm doing this, what's next on the list? Oh, we're going to plug the programmer into the chair because the backup it made was only a single file. So I don't know if that needs to be... See, there's just a lot of stuff here. This is how I figure things out. I just screw around with stuff constantly until I figure something out or learn something. Or when something's different, I'll make a note of it and be like, oh, that's interesting to know. Oh, that took a little longer. And again, I don't know if it's based on boot up cycles or distance driven or whatever. Wait, how many miles are even on this chair? Settings. System information. Oh, wait. Oh, the chair only has 60 miles on it. Interesting. I wonder if something else, we can change something else in here that'll trigger it. Battery life indication. Wait, if we change the language, will that trigger something maybe? Let's put it in Dutch. Then we'll power cycle it. Aha! That did it. It's backing up now, but it's doing it in Dutch. So again, we've tried too many things. I don't know if it was the number of power cycles or changing the language, but this is interesting. I'm going to change it back to English and see if it does it again. Okay, power on. Taking a little bit longer this time. And our thing is blinking. Okay, maybe this is a hack to force it. So settings, was language the second one? No, that's desktop background. Oh boy. No. There we go. I'm assuming... Does anyone know Dutch? Let's try this. I don't think that changed it. Oh boy. I think it was the second option. Language? English. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I changed something else. I don't know what it was. Oh, background. Display. All right. Now, power off. Okay, we figured out how to force a backup. You change the language. See, we learned something. Okay, that's really useful. Parameter backup in progress. Okay, so we're going to turn it off, turn it back on, make sure it's good, turn it off, take the SD card out and see if it dumped the files on there. Okay, power on. Things are blinking. It's updating the, I think the language on here too. Huh. Beep? I don't know what that beep was. Oh, it was this thing. All right, turn this off. Okay, this is really handy. So if you need to make, hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see if there's anything on this card. If there is, we can trigger a backup changing the language. Hang on, display, there we go. Which would be really handy if you want to make a backup card on your chair. Okay, I'm getting all excited now. Okay, before we get too crazy. Where did it back it up to? Is this the drive? 8 gigs? That's the microphone. I'm super confused now. Hang on. Disk management. So drive I is that one. I. There's only one partition. It's FAT32. No, this one was the... this one was the 8 gig card. to back it up to? Because I know it usually does it from the SD card. I'm so confused now. Okay, well, while we're tabulating that, I'm going to go grab a USB mini B cable, and we're going to plug in that programmer and see what kind of files on there, because we know it's on there for sure. And I just saw a mini B cable the other day. Let's see, where did that go? I think it's in this drawer. See, that's a Garmin power supply. Hang on, taking stuff out of the drawer. Oh, here we go. Come here, you. All right. Luckily, someone turned off all the lights out here. Okay, so let's plug this into the computer. And for reference, pretty much all of the Quantum handhelds have a mini B USB port on the bottom. Come on. There we go. And it powered up automatically and went into USB mode. So let's see what happens here. Overstimulated. Ah! Hands-on training works, just takes hours, hit or miss. Did the blank SD card come out with files? No, it didn't. Okay, so drive H, 62 megabytes, that looks about right. M.XPA. All right. Hang on. Let's drag this off of here. Ah, damn it. Accidentally drug it out. This is a glitch with Windows. If you're dragging something and you accidentally touch a network drive, you have to sit here and wait for it to like decide if it's going to connect or not. You have to like drag it serpentine around the edge of the window. Hang on, I'm waiting for this to... Okay, there we go. Copy to desktop. Did it do it? Hang on. It might have put it somewhere random. Yeah, it did. It put it on the other monitor. Hang on here. I don't have a copy of the Quantum programming software. Where do you get it? Does anyone know where you download that from? I think I might have gotten it a long time ago, but I don't know where it went or where it is currently. Okay, so we have the M.XPA, so that's something at least. I used to be a mini B, now I'm a full-grown B. That's excellent. I have my eyes crossed. Yeah, that was the 8 gig card we had in there. FYI, the color kit you looked at is wheel covers only. There it is. Shroud only, 44 bucks. They don't have photos of everything, but yeah, that's everything but the wheels, which is weird. I wonder if these pieces are the same right here between the F3 and the M3. I don't have a new M3 here to check, but they look kind of similar, maybe? I don't know. Okay. So, hang on, I have to gather my thoughts here. So, it did a parameter backup, which I thought would save it to the micro SD card, but it clearly didn't. We pulled the XPA file off of the programmer, which should be the configuration for the chair. So I don't know what the next step would be here. Thinking. JBaby fun sized. I actually like mini B over micro. Yeah, 100%. If you got to have a mini, a small USB form factor, Mini B is the way to go. Micro sucks. Ken says I have the software. Where did you download it from, Ken? And also, do you have some sort of like, what you call it, Dropbox or some way you could send it to me real time? It's true. I'm compact, which means more places. I don't think my text of how I got the new chair to go through. My daughter and her boyfriend went to the junkyard for a part. Oh, and found a power chair in a van. Oh, nice. I actually got a C500 years ago that was the same way. It was inside a van that someone had bought. That's cool, Richard. Micro USB was the absolute worst. Will X allow you? You can send links, but you can't send files on Twitter or X. Trying to think of another way. I don't think we've ever chatted on Discord. That might work. Got it for only $150. That's awesome, Richard. Nice. Hang on. Let me... I know I've downloaded this before. Hang on. Let me check something real quick. Let's see. Let's do from... All right, hang on. I've screwed this up. Has link or embedded file. Link. Okay. And then user, is it from? Got good catch size on the SD card. Pups are giving me that we need to go outside eyes. All right, see you later, Hannibal Quad. I know sometimes your SD card needs to have a specific label in order for it to actually back the file up. Could be wrong, though. Yeah, let me check the other one here real quick. Let me minimize this. Hang on here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I was trying to search through a chat log, but that's a huge pain sometimes. Let me minimize this. Go back to display capture. Let's put in the one that we know works and see if it has a name. That is very true for Invacare chairs, I know. No label, just USB drive I. Yep, no label. And that is one that does work. Oh, let's check the actual official one. I don't want to get these cards mixed up, but this is it here. It's a SanDisk 8 gig. Check the official one. And it also does not have a label. Good thought, though, for sure. Let's see. Hope the pups do fine. Hope you can fit in the chair. Yeah, right. Google Drive. Yeah, that might work. PHP file upload script. Oh, Kent, are you on X? I can send you a link on X. Oh, okay. Let's see, add friend. How do I create? Here. That's a user ID. I don't know if that helps, but okay, we're going into the weeds here. I'm going to keep going here because I'm really curious while we've got all this going. to see if we can figure something out. Okay. So I have the official micro SD card. We have the one that doesn't have anything on it. I'm going to put that one back in the chair for sort of no reason. So we did a couple things that we thought would end up writing the files to it, but it didn't. Let's turn this back on again. What is that beep that happens when I turn it on? So that's a new development. It beeps now when we turn it. Oh. We have sounds in it re-enabled themselves. Navigation. Okay. Disabled. So somehow in that whole process, home standby beep, all the beeps got re-enabled. That's kind of interesting. I guess that happened when we changed languages. System beeps, reverse alarm, navigation. Those are off. Disabled. Okay. Beep volume. I guess we'll just set that to 0. Oh, we can't go to 0. We can only go 10%. Okay, so that should all be off now. Let's power cycle and see if it quits. Now she's claiming for herself. Someone say weeds? Better late than never. Hey, Linda, how we doing? Oh, okay, so we're doing parameter backup in progress again. Okay. That was interesting. See, I thought it would save the parameters to the micro SD card, though. I thought that's how it worked and why it was there. And also for changing programming of things. But changing those system settings triggered it, I guess. So let's go drive mode. Indoor moderate, outdoor moderate, fast. Okay, so it didn't nuke my programming settings. That's good. I'm going to power cycle it a couple more times just for good measure. Okay, everything seems fine there. And we know the SD card was connected because we didn't get an error. I'm going to put it back in the computer one more time just to see if anything changed. And then after that, I don't know. Oh, I see the request. Hang on here. Ken. Accept. Okay, there we go. Yo. I think you should be able to just zip the files and send them that way. Let me go back over to chat here. Okay, I'm going to minimize this. Then we'll go back to display capture, see if anything appeared on the card. And nope, nothing there. So now I'm kind of confused as to the function of these micro SD cards and what they're for. I thought they had to be in there and matched with the chair and everything, but you can put in a blank one and everything's fine. And the parameter backup, I don't know where it's storing that to, unless it's some sort of internal flash or something. Seat functions still work? Let's see. I mean, all the lights on the seat function screen, I know you can't see it, but those are still there. Okay, we have legs. Lift seems good. Recline still works. Yeah, that all seems fine. Interesting. Okay, well, preemptively, I'm going to just connect this back up and let it connect in case we want to do something on it here in a minute. So let's get this reconnected. And then I think, oh, I think there's a file size limit actually of like 4 megabytes or something stupid. Oh, hang on. Wait. There's a way to do this. I can send you a link on here to upload the files. Give me a second. I can make this work. I'll find it in the folder. Yeah, there is a file size limit unless you have like Nitro or whatever. But let me get this ready just in case. What was it, broccoli? Yeah, there we go. I can send you a link on here to upload the files too. We're getting into the weeds here. We're trying to learn stuff and figure things out. So far, we know that the chair works without the SD card, and a blank FAT32 formatted card can be put in there, and everything's fine. So that's actually really useful info. I was under the assumption/impression that if you put in a blank card, it might lock you out, and or if it wasn't correct, it would lock you out or something. So this is really good info as far as like me helping people troubleshoot chairs, and also my friend's chair. I know we can poke around with it now, and it's not going to be, you know, such a major issue. Okay, drop, and then I can do. Oh, how do we do this? I always forget. I think I have to click down here, back up here, and then tools. Ah, this always screws with me. How do you? This is gonna drive me insane. Shared? No. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of stuff off camera here. We've gone into testing and development mode or something. Why can I not shared? Oh, drop. This is gonna drive me insane. Why can I not do this anymore? Create file request is grayed out. Shared? Oh, there we go. Weird. I don't know. Oh, I see how it works now. Okay. Okay. Copy. Save. All right. If it doesn't work on Discord, here's a link you can use. I'm sending it to you on there. It'll take a minute to load, but you can upload the files that way. Let me know when you're done, or if you can make it work on Discord. Okay. Moment of silence for coffee. I need liquid in my lungs, in my throat. Shut up. Ooh, chili dogs. That sounds amazing. It's like the A-Team fabrication montage for nerds. The Jank team. Exactly, right? Oh, man. Love stuff like this. Excellent. Back for more. All right, cool. Did anyone see the legitimate videos of the paralyzed cow driving a quantum power chair? Seriously, it was made into a stretcher for him, and he could use the dome-shaped controller to drive. So this machine, Linda, I can actually open some social media stuff on. I've got it a lot more opened up. If you want to send me the link on X or Twitter or whatever, we could check it out on stream. At least I think it'll work on this machine. Please help a disabled person needs a new Mac Mini. Oh yes, the GoFundMe. Hang on, I'll paste it in. Mixtress is fundraising for me to get me a new editing computer. Actually, the link is in the video description, I believe. But here, let me paste this in. There we go. And yeah, fluid in the lungs is probably not what we want. I'll keep my eyes open. Oh, chili dogs sound amazing. That's one of the few things I'll buy at Sonic, the fast food chain. Oh, okay, you're on there now. Cool. Give it a minute. It's a little slow to load sometimes. But yeah, that's one of the few things I'll get at Sonic is the chili dogs. That sounds amazing right now. But there's no Sonic anywhere near me. The closest one's like 37 miles away. Yeah, no fluid in the lungs. 2 versions up. Oh, okay. Let me log back in here again. Dropbox. And there we go. Oh, the Econ. Yes. Okay, sweet. Let's see. How do I make this not on this thing and on here? Un momento. Drag this over here. This one. And then, is it shared file? Yeah. Drop in. Okay, there we go. Cloud setup. What is the cloud one, Ken? I'm curious. Dang it, I did that thing again where I drug it right across a network drive. I have to sit here with the mouse button held down for like 20 seconds. Why does Windows have this problem? I thought they fixed it. Come on. There we go. Of course, it put it on the wrong... Oh, no, there it is. Okay, sweet. Okay, let me close this, minimize this. We'll do the OEM version, I guess. Econ W. I don't know if I've played with this software before. English. I accept. Quantum may infect my computer. Excellent. Oh, it's Curtis Instruments. Excellent. Okay. See, we can do this. The cripple crew, as Mixtra says, united, and we're doing things. Can USB driver. Uh-oh. All right, it's doing things. Oh no, it locked up. Hang on. Let me go back over so I can see chat still. I think it was from a cloud drive. Oh, you installed. Okay, cool. Install it normally. Using 2 AA batteries, boost converter, Bluetooth receiver board, wired to headphones, so I can rinse my dishes in the sink and listen. Good company. Excellent. That's achievement unlocked for using AA batteries. Oh, love it. Okay. Display capture. I don't know which monitor this is about to open on. The digital signature is invalid. The application cannot be started. Hang on. Let's try this again. All right click, run as administrator. It won't let me put it on another monitor. Yeah, it's giving me digital signature errors. Let's try the other version, I guess. Turbo. Sure. Will it work? Yeah, it gives me this. The digital signature is invalid. The application cannot be started. I wonder if that's something because of the CAN driver that it installed. Can we, like, extract these somehow? I know I installed WinRAR and 7-zip on here. Where did it go? Apparently it's not on here anymore. Let's... Hang on here. There's more than one ways to do the whatever. Okay, more open file location. And file location. Let's see here. Files. Match. Wonder if it's something to do with the CAN driver. Hang on, let me check my device manager here. By the way, this is the one driver that keeps breaking all my cameras. Does it exist? A handle grip for a shower head, like a band that goes over your wrist. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't know if I've seen one before, though, Robin. Ah, Paul Hibbert, yes. Oh, expiration date? When's the last time you opened it on your computer? We can try the old change the date hack. Barbecue restaurant. Domino's is across the street. 4 lanes of traffic. That's not fun. CAN is a normal USB to share dongle. Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking, though, is, like, if it doesn't see the dongle, it may keep the software from booting. Oh, wait. Hang on. I did download this somewhere else. Another version of it. Hang on. Thinking. I think that's the network drive it keeps trying to attach to. Let me see if I can open this real quick. It's going to take a minute. I'm addicted to Sonic's onion rings. Ooh, Sonic is 10 blocks away? Oh, man. Have you seen the Bigfoot vlogs yet? Stormtrooper. Oh, your videos? No, I haven't. No drive, short walk. Yep. Black van with a ragtag cripple crew who takes 5 minutes to exit the van. Yes. The wheelchair lifts going up and down. Oh, man. Oh boy. Okay, hang on here. More choices. Different user account. This. Save. I'll log in. Users. This one downloads. I think I turned off indexing on that machine. Let's do ECON. Oh, there it is. So that's from 2024. Let's drag this over here. And then, wait, 21512. Okay, so this is an older version. Let's try this one. Sure. Show me the files. I don't know if we have to uninstall the other one first, if it's going to nuke it, but we'll try this. Testing of things live. English. Yeah, sure. Continue. Ooh, I went in the x86 folder this time. All right, visual. Okay, start. All right, let's see what happens. Econ W, initialize. Wait for it. Digital signature invalid. Cannot be started. Lame. Let me figure out where this came from, because I think there's another folder. I search for lame. I know I have a giant archive somewhere of quantum stuff. Oh wait, that's not the right folder. Hang on. Back. D go C users downloads. We're gonna keep at this for a little bit. Quantum. Okay. QUANTE. Mod. No. Well. Might be out of luck here getting... Oh, I guess we could just do the old search the internet thing, right? I think it was Pride, actually, though. Yeah. There we go. There was at one point a way to download the software support. Product comparison, FAQs, here. Okay, that's something. C-clamp it. Busting up my green lasers tonight. Ooh, nice. I do Frogger to the local store. 4 lanes plus a center turn lane. Oh, geez. Well, at least you got the speed for it now. Okay, Quantum Rehab / PDF. Hang on here. Is this going to tell us where to download it at? Probably not. Control F. Download the latest version. W, internet connection, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had this software running on my computer. So, oh, it's been at least 2 years. Okay. I don't know if I can do this while we're doing the stream, but, how do you, this might break everything, but we're gonna, yeah. This, okay. We've changed our date and time. Oh, I have no idea. I don't think it would be this simple, but you never know. It's quantum. Initialize. Waiting. Never underestimate severe incompetence. Oh. It gave me a couple of errors that I didn't read what they were, but so what is hang on, look. Hang on, you can't see it, but this is now changed to a quantum logo. Let's double click this. Minimum econ version is missing in system configuration. Okay, that's fine. Okay, system. Okay, I'm collating things in my brain. So what we're looking at right now is the file from this Edge 3 Stretto. We're in QLogic 3 that was backed up to the programmer, which we plugged into the computer and pulled the file off of. And now we're opening it with EconW version 1.215.0, and it's currently April 3rd, 2023. All right, see you later, Stormtrooper. Enjoy your corn dogs. Or not corn dogs, chili dogs. I might have to make some chili dogs. Can I make them? Can I buy them? Wait, will Sonic deliver here? Oh my god, so many things. Okay. So this is the super old version. Before we close this, we don't have access to much here. General settings, audio, beep, navigation. So this is the software that I saw that allows you to turn off the traction control in the forefront. We don't have that here right now. So we've only got pretty basic stuff right here, it looks like. Let's see, what are these buttons? Device list, air information, monitor, battery statistics, lowest recorded voltage, undervolt count. Okay, that seems about right. Open cloud web page. You think? Okay, so I'm just gonna click around here a little bit, then we're gonna try and open the newer. Ooh, access, okay. Then we're gonna open the newer version of the software. Warning, SD card access failed, supervision error, main contactor error. Okay, whatever, error logs. There's a lot of errors in there, holy crap. Okay, so here's our modules. Advanced AAM, hand control, iAccess. I think that's the Bluetooth thingy that they do for the Econ I app. The connect button do? Probably nothing. Failed to open CAN driver. Yeah, obviously. Okay, so that worked. Interesting. Let's open the newer version. Yeah, we have to more open file location. And I don't know if it overwrote them. Let's see here. x86. Let's go into program files. We have a Curtis in here. No, we don't. So maybe it overwrote it. So let's go ahead and just reinstall this on top of what's here now that our data is wrong. All right, let's see if this one will work. We have the splash. Oh, it's over here now. Sweet. Initialize. Oh, I wasn't typing. Okay. Yeah. I don't think this is gonna work. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. If, oh. Oh, I broke the Steam Deck because of the date changing. Okay, anyways, let's go back into here now that we're doing stuff. Probably won't open now. Yeah. Minimum econ version. Okay, so okay, account. Login, revalidate, user details. Help, web update, settings, access level, user dealer, subsidiary, OEM. So it looks like we're gonna have all the same basic settings here. Yeah, nothing fancy. Let's try a web update. The underlying connection was refused, could not establish. Oh, okay. Progress. Searches available. We did change the date, but let's go ahead. Okay, that's invalid. All right, so let's set our time back to wrong. We're just gonna screw around a little bit longer here. 2023 and April, sure. See if we can force a web update somehow. Sent to file station. Oh. And continue without login. Okay, that's fine. Minimum econ. Okay. And help web update. Searches. Yeah, so it doesn't like any of that. Oh. We have. Okay, hang on here. We have a new version of this to try. Things are happening. We want this network drive, shared files, Dropbox, Ken. Then it was 8. Hang on. 817 by date. Was that the newest one? Which one did you just upload? The zip file? Oh, yeah, there we go. So over here. 215, 225. Ah, okay. Extract all. Yes, show them when complete. Okay, we'll set this up. Sorry about the silence. I can only do so many things at once. Okay. Feeling better. Thanks for asking. Found newer. Okay. Chili dogs. Awesome. Chili dogs. Did we make the first DeLorean? Okay. Setting this up. Okay. Connect. I'm not going to ask questions. We're installing something. You can Bluetooth to the chair too. Oh. Oh. Do I have a Bluetooth adapter in this computer? I don't currently, but I can connect one. Okay. We're initializing. Waiting. Ooh, okay. Continue without login. It just opened. No errors. Okay, so for no reason. Okay. Let's our date's still wrong. Let's fix our date real quick. So we can get SSL and stuff. Okay, that's been fixed. Then let's open up the new one. Open econ W. Initialize. Want a map on the Apple. Yes. Okay, sweet. Okay, so it loaded and we have no errors. Okay, sweet. Let's just do this and see what happens. That's fine. That's 1225. Did it open the wrong one? 12250 installed. Okay. So system, photo album, charger. Okay, so let's do user detail. Where was the? Oh, so we don't have the option for access level right now. Help, web update, login, revalidate, settings, delete cache. Okay, let me grab a Bluetooth adapter real quick. Hang on, I have to we keep changing the date and I'm breaking software. Hang on, let me reload the Stream Deck software. Hopefully that'll get that working again. I'm kind of surprised OBS didn't flip out and we're still actually connected. Okay. That's still not working. That's fine, whatever. Okay, let me grab a Bluetooth adapter real quick. Hang on. Because I happen to have one handy. Get some Bluetooth installed on this system. Give that a minute to do its thing. Oh, it's already there. That was quick. We'll open this back up. Oh yeah, it's in the App Store too. I forgot. Quantum app on the Apple App Store. Good call, Robin. Excellent music choice. Are we possible to do that through the smart charger? Happens when you swap black beans with blue ones? What? Hey, look, we have a thing here now. Okay, make sure it's turned on. Follow this. Okay, hang on. We have that enabled now. So let's search again. Chair. Okay. I like the idea of chair. Setting up your device. There's a Windows notification. Tap to set up your chair. Oh, does the device pin match? Yeah, sure. Wait, hang on. Connection succeeded. Could not connect. Windows may need several minutes for the driver. Okay. Here. Okay. So I think it's paired in Windows. Oh, there we go. How have I not done this before? I guess I didn't have the software? I don't know. Thank you, Ken. Oh, hang on. Okay, it asked me on the chair if I wanted to connect. System ready, loading files. Okay, so we're suddenly now, I don't know how I haven't done this before, but we're suddenly in the territory where no one would ever reverse engineer anything or do any illegal software cracks to change access levels, but I think we're connected to this chair, and it's QLogic 3. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, it's going to take a minute to load stuff because we're going through Bluetooth, but yeah, you can see down here loading files. Huh. Access levels user, obviously, so... Oh, they moved it down here. So obviously we're not going to have a whole lot of stuff here. But... Loading error list, okay. But that doesn't mean it's not impossible to change the access level, right? That's something I'd do off stream. No, I'd never do that because, you know, blah, 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 whatever. But it'd be something to look into. Bluetooth. Yeah, Ken, that's awesome. Thank you. All stainless steel Tesla power chair that climbs stairs, heating and cooling, message seating supercharger, one button, go for home, self-driving. Yes, exactly. Huh. Okay, so what do we have here? Infrared remote control. Does this joystick even have that? I'm not sure how to tell if it has infrared or not, but okay, let's go system. We only get this one option here: charging detection, display, language, background, units, battery life. Yeah, these are all the normal settings. Eye access. Oh, okay, audio. So all we've got is our like basic settings here, obviously. Reminder. That's kind of cool. Bluetooth, mouse clicks. Okay. Joystick clicks. Okay, so we connected. That's kind of crazy. Open photo album. I'm not sure. I've never used this on a Quantum. Pictures, camera roll. It doesn't support any file formats, apparently. So I think we're going to call this success. I have a lot more stuff to suddenly play around with here. Interesting. It's doing something. I'm not sure what. Oh, there we go. Loading errors. Active errors, none. Okay. Monitor. Oh, hang on. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, start. Oh, what's a log file? Hang on. Sure. Log file, sure. Okay. Yeah, so the real-time monitoring works. That's kind of cool. All right. So I think one last thing I want to do hang on, let me click on cloud here again. See if anything will change here. Create new account. Entry. No account number. We'll just give it some account numbers. Passcode. Code 29, sure. 3, 4, 7, 6. Invalid passcode. I don't know what it wants. Uppercase, lowercase, number. Maybe uppercase is not a thing. Let's do lowercase. Code 29. No. More digits? No. There's something else I'm going to play around with on this. I won't say much about that, but anyways. All right, cool. All right, well, let's disconnect here. We're going to close this. I want to pull the micro SD card out of the chair one last time. And, oh, no, I broke it. Waiting for OBS. Yeah, I think I screwed up the Steam Deck, changing the date and everything. We're going to check that real quick. Hang on a second here. Just for no reason. We're probably going to call it good. Alrighty. Pictures. So it created a picture. So it does. Okay, so we know the SD card is working. This tells us we obviously don't have our configuration on here. It said it backed up. I don't know where it backed up or where it went. But we went into the photo album and we were screwing around, and the chair wrote a file to the SD card. Now, this is the SD card that we just formatted with FAT32 and stuck it in there. We didn't do anything else to it. So we know now that we've confirmed the chair can read and write to it. All you need is a blank micro SD card that's formatted in FAT32. and it has access to it. Okay, see, this right here is what I'm talking about. This is why I screw around and just do a whole bunch of stuff, because now we know something that we didn't a few minutes ago. Cool. I need to write down a bunch of notes after this stream. And, yeah. Cannot change access level on Econ, only with a login to their server. That's right. It's the cloud lock thing. They changed all that. You have to have the login to unlock it. Because I recall, now that you mentioned that, it popped up in my head. There was an actual quantum rep that I was dealing with at one point, and he had to get on my Wi-Fi at my house to change a specific setting. Well, that makes sense. Thank you for pointing that out, Ken. So there is no software patching you can do to gain yourself access. Oh, hang on. I have to click over here. There's no software patching that can be done to give yourself access because, yeah, they didn't want people doing that. So interesting. All right. So at least if nothing else, I can use this information to tell my friend that the joystick he bought. The only thing I don't know on quantums is if the configuration files matter on another joystick. Like, say you pull a joystick off of another functioning chair. Oh, wait, no, he tried that. He went to a new DME and they tried plugging in the joystick and it didn't work. But at least now we know that his micro SD card being connected or not is fairly irrelevant. And I can just stick a blank one in there and bypass that error to start his chair up. Still lots more to be done, but interesting. All right, cool. I think we're going to start wrapping this up here. I require food. And apparently I'm feeling better. I've been talking for more than 2 hours, right? And I can still breathe. So, wait, chat disconnected. I think we're still going. Okay, Ken, I'm going to delete a message from chat. I definitely saw it. Hit me up on Twitter or Discord. Or we'll discuss what to have for dinner. Yeah, that's it. Again, the companies we're dealing with are not the smartest in the world. However, they are very litigious. We're not doing anything illegal here, nothing like that. But yeah, interesting stuff. More to talk about, more to discuss. All right, cool. Let me scan through chat and see if I missed anything here real quick. Dan, before you leave, could you let me know what to look for in the Pride J6 braking system? Oh yeah, Richard, I was asking earlier, what happens with the brakes? Like, when you turn on the chair, do you get some sort of error? Or what specifically is going on with it? Like, can you power up the chair and will it move right now? Or what's going on with it that way? The admin/password. So, Mixtress, that was one of the moments where I paused and I was like, that's probably an off-stream thing. I'm not gonna say more than that because I have no idea if it's related or not, but at one point, I mentioned some wildly specific things, and then a couple days later, fast changes were made to some servers. So, anyways, yeah. I will say though, there is no admin/password login. But anyways. I was repotting one of the petunias. Hopefully didn't miss too much. Oh, you missed everything, White Raven. We got Econ W to load. Someone was able to send me the file. We connected to the QLogic 3 with Bluetooth. And we found out that we can use the programmer to take the encrypted files and save them in a non-encrypted format and load it into the newer Econ software by plugging the programmer into the computer. Still a couple of other answer questions, but I'm just kind of waiting on Richard's response here about the brakes or if he's getting errors or whatever. But we found out you can load, they're just FAT32 micro SD cards. You can stick a blank one in the chair and it's fine with that. You can boot it up without it in there. You get an error, but the chair will still work. We were just trying to figure out how to force the chair to write the backup to the card, but I don't know if it ever does that. We got it to trigger the parameter backup, but it didn't save anything on the card. So anyways, generic Bluetooth dongle. We connected to the chair that way, at least at a user level. So yeah. Okay, sounds good, Ken. I prefer to message on Twitter or X or whatever anyways. When the wife asks you to repot some plants and finds they are suddenly filled with potting compound. Hang on. I'm out of coffee. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Un momento. Yeah. By the way, here's one of the things from my Amazon delivery that somehow didn't leak. The only problem is, though, this type of container, when you smash it like this, insides of it break off and contaminate the liquid that's inside of it. But anyways, the rest of them were leaking. You can power up the chair and it runs, but it doesn't stop. That should throw errors. The only thing I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's on latch driving mode. Like if you let go of the joystick, does it keep going at the same speed? If it does that, that's latch driving. If it just coasts to a stop very slowly, that's a programming thing. But if there's something physically wrong with the brake setup that's not programming or something else like that, like latch driving, it should be throwing an error. Yeah, that's weird. All right. Anyways, we're gonna end it here. I gotta drink some more stuff and stop talking and get some food and things. So, anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. It's been super interesting, and I'm gonna keep playing around with this, seeing as how I have this thing here, and it's a huge pain to move this thing around, so it's gonna stay here for a little while, and we'll figure some stuff out. At 32, who'd have thought? They're not that smart. Why would it be complicated? Let's find some closing music here. Top speed. It's tagged as angry. Let's see what this sounds like. That'll work. All right, see you later, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Hang on, we need... I forgot the stream deck's broken. Where's the ending? There it is, end screen. We'll do... hordes of people wandering around in the street. There we go. Alright, see you later, everyone.